Yo, what is going on to the people? Hey, it's your host, Rap Star Boxing, man. Early hours in the morning. We're going to do a quick live. We're going to chop it up and we're going to talk about the aftermath, the reaction of the fucking fight versus Andy Ruiz versus King Kong Ortiz. Now, look, the fight was on, man. Both are good fighters. Deontay Wilder turned up. There was a lot of people in the crowd, man. Deontay Wilder was there, man. I see Rolly Romero, Javante Tank Davis. People came out to watch this fight, man. You could see it. But look, good little fight. Andy Ruiz turned up. King Kong Ortiz is still in the fight, though. And I'll say this, Andy Ruiz came out swinging early, though. Andy Ruiz came out with his fast punches, and he was faster in the fight. That was just it. His young age, his youth. And let's not forget, Andy Ruiz got at least about 10 years on King Kong Ortiz. And King Kong Ortiz looks slow, though. King Kong Ortiz looks slow, man, in this fucking fight, bro. I think, to be real with you, right, I really started watching the fight after the fourth round. I really started watching this fight after the fourth round. But let me give a big shout out to the people, man. I woke up a little bit late, you know what I'm saying? I woke up a little bit late, but what do you guys think about this fight? What do you think? Did Andy Ruiz impress you? Did Andy Ruiz impress you? Do you think Andy Ruiz is ready for his countryman, Deontay Wilder? I mean, at the end of the day, he knocked down Luis Ortiz 3 times, innit? He knocked him down 3 times, but King Kong Ortiz still wants to carry on. Hey, man, smash that like button, people. Look, it's your boy Rapstar. We're talking about the boxing right now. Andy Ruiz versus King Kong Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, Ortiz was making it difficult for Andy Ruiz, though, wasn't he? Ortiz was making it difficult. It's that jab and that southpaw style. Even though King Kong Ortiz went down a couple of times early on, let's not forget, every time he got up, yeah, he had good recovery. Hey, listen, man, Andy Ruiz, right? He gave him some good shots. He was fast. He knocked him down, but King Kong Ortiz was still in the fucking fight, man. You know what I mean? He kept throwing that jab in his face. And let me tell you, he had Ruiz hurt after he got knocked down. So King Kong Ortiz still got recovery, you know what I'm saying? The man had still good recovery in the fight. Say what you want, he's 50 years old, but he kept recovering after the fucking knockdowns. And he still made it a little bit difficult for fat boy Andy Ruiz. But yo, let me go to the chat, man. Yo, big shout out to the fan, the love of boxing, man. What's going on? Yes, man. Ralph Unreal in the building, man. What's happening to my mate, Ralph Unreal? You know what I mean? Man, smash that like button, bro. If people don't turn up, man, I'm just going to shut this down quickly. But, you know, I thought we were all hyped up. Andy Ruiz, King Kong Ortiz just came out, bro. You know what I'm saying? What you guys saying? I didn't even watch Isaac Cruz. I know that I haven't even watched that fight yet with Isaac Cruz, bro. Isaac Cruz knocked the fucking man out. Shit, I gotta watch that one. I woke up late, people. You know what I mean? At least your boy Rapstar still here, though. I woke up late, but I'm still in the fucking building, man. Yeah, man. Chuck. What's happening to Chuck? Chick says, yo, Rapstar, what's happening, Chick? Ralph Unreal says, Ruiz looked out that he got the 3 knockdowns. Ortiz won several more rounds. Now, look, who do you think won the fight? Who do you think won the fight? Because if I'm not mistaken, Andy Ruiz had a 10-7 round. Then he got another knockdown in the 7th round, didn't he? Right? But King Kong Ortiz was outboxing him in the other fucking rounds. So who did you have in the fucking fight? Now, Andy Ruiz did knock down King Kong Ortiz 3 times. But yo, Peter Von Ox, who did you have winning the fight? Tycho TV, who you got winning the fight? Al Pinchy, who you got winning the fight? Tip Bayless, who you got winning the fight? You know what I'm saying? Who actually won? Yes, Tip Bayless. What's happening, bro? Yeah, Melda Maker. What's going on? Melda Maker, yes. So who did you really have winning that fight? Now, I see Andy Ruiz winning a 10-7 round. He won a 10-8 round, right? I definitely see Andy Ruiz won another 2-3 rounds in there. So Andy Ruiz edged that fight. Now, King Kong Ortiz made it difficult with that southpaw style, with the jab in his face. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. That King Kong Ortiz still made it difficult at 50 fucking years old. At 50 fucking years old, he's still making it tough for Andy Ruiz. So how good is fucking Andy Ruiz? I'm going to say this right now. Andy Ruiz can't beat Deontay Wilder, bro. Andy Ruiz cannot beat Deontay Wilder, bro. I don't think so. I don't think Andy Ruiz can beat Deontay Wilder. I'll say Deontay Wilder, every time Andy Ruiz tries to do the flinch and try to make that, come in, listen, Deontay Wilder's going to catch him. I know that you guys are big Andy Ruiz fans. Yeah, I'm a big Andy Ruiz fan after he beat Anthony Joshua. But that's going to be the best of his fame. Andy Ruiz's best of his fame is going to be beating Joshua. I don't think, listen, let me tell you the truth. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. You know, we keep it real here, yeah? We ain't playing out here. Ruiz did good. But before I get my brethren on here, Andy Ruiz did good. But I can't see Andy Ruiz beating the Bronze Bomber. The Bronze Bomber. The Bronze Bomber's going to know every time Andy Ruiz is going to try and set up that punch that he's coming in with the flinch. Listen, the Bronze Bomber's going to use the 1-2. And you saw today, yeah, that Andy Ruiz having tough time cutting the distance with King Kong Ortiz. But yo, let's let the man himself in. You know what I'm saying? He should be live right now. What the fuck is Punch doing over here? He should be live. Where you go?
No,
Punch?
is the land of the rap star, of the voice of London, bruv.
Bruv,
No.
mate. How do you feel about the fight, man? Break it down. Tell us what you think, bro.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for inviting me and to the palace of Rap Star Boxing Knowledge. I'm humbled that I'm invited. Anyway,
You're a funny motherfucker, man. Come here. Hey, listen, bro. A lot of people don't like you right now. I'm seeing a lot of people, they go, listen, Punch Drunk, there's a lot of people, they don't like you right now. The last video you did, you was pissing near Canelo Alvarez, bro. A lot of people have taken that a little bit, the joke.
Don't say that. Come on, don't say that, Rap Star.
I'm saying, hey, Punch, I've seen a lot of people, they're saying to me, yo, stop fucking with Punch, Rap. He's putting a bad influence on you. I told him, go fuck yourselves. I said, I'll speak for myself. I don't speak for Punch. But Punch, people are coming on my channel and they're telling me that you're a bad influence. That's what they're telling me.
Oh, man, stop. Come on, man. Come on.
Hey,
I
Punch,
just finished praying to Jesus.
Hey, what do you think, though, Punch, about the fight today, bro?
Man, to be honest, man, I like it. I like it because I could see what's coming in the future. What's coming in the future for PBC. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people critique PBC, but look at Andy Ruiz doing pay-per-view, and it's exciting at the same time. He's exciting. Andy Ruiz is exciting. I think he got the fastest hands in the heavyweight division. Of course, you could arguably say with Alexander Usyk, but I think he got a faster combination for me, in my opinion. And I think it was a good outing. Of course, Luis Ortiz is they're gonna be like, hey, yo, he was old and things of that nature. But Luis Ortiz only lost to one man. And it's not like everybody is young in the heavyweight division. It's not like even Alexander Usyk is young. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's not in their 40s, but I'm just saying, man, I think it was a good win for Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, but some people said it wasn't a win, Punch. They said, look, Rap Star, it was a draw. Now, the man who scores the fight is you. What did you score it?
I didn't score it, but I'll still give Andy Ruiz the win. You know what I'm saying? I didn't score it. I was just enjoying the fight. But I would definitely give Andy Ruiz the win. I think that he I think both of these guys landed some good punches. You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz did good with the jab. Both of them, these guys counter each other. But you know what I'm saying? If it's gonna be close like that, And I'm just saying from the naked eye, not trying to say that I scored a fight, but I would still give it to Andy Ruiz anyway. It just seemed like he did win, but of course Luis Ortiz was doing his thing. But I give it to Andy Ruiz, and I think a fight in the future, and I say that Andy Ruiz versus Deontay Wilder could be next, and I think they'll steal the Cinco de Mayo away from Canelo Alvarez if that fight come through fruition.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this though before we send it over to Mirage. I think that Andy Ruiz was struggling a lot in the fight as well at some points of the fight. I feel like the jab in his face, he couldn't deal with the southpaw style a little bit. But you know, he did his thing. Did he really win? I mean, King Kong Ortiz at 50 years old still wants to carry on fighting, bro. He still wants to fight. King Kong Ortiz has still got a lot of checks that he wants to collect. He still wants to collect all that money, Punch.
I mean, he can. You could put you could put Luis Ortiz. Look, he just lost, right? And he looked highly more vulnerable than ever. Let's say if I was PBC, I'll put Luis Ortiz versus Kawanaki. Kawanaki came from a loss. Maybe that could be a good fight in New York. You know what I'm saying? I think he could still make money, man, if he still got his faculties and he's still good and he still want to take care of his family. Why not? Now, is he going to get a championship fight? Is he going to fight Alexander Usyk? No. Is he going to get a shot at Tyson Fury? No. But he could still get good fights in the heavyweight division. I think this is a good heavyweight division. Can you look? We could even see Luis Ortiz versus the Big Bang. That would be a good fight too.
Okay, let's keep it moving. What are you saying, Ralph? How did you see the fight? Who won the fight, and what do you think? Mate, are you there? I can't hear you, bro. Me and Punch are going to keep cooking until you get on it, legend. But, yeah, Punch, to be honest with you, yeah, I don't think he can beat Deontay Wilder. I just
Smash
don't
the
think
like button, ladies. Smash the like button. It's Rap Star Boxing Knowledge over here. Smash the like button, baby. Smash the like. Support real boxing. Support truth. Support passion. Support delivery. Support boxing. Let's go.
Yeah, but Punch, I don't think he can beat Deontay Wilder. I don't think Andy Ruiz can beat Usyk. And Tyson Fury will beat the fuck out of Andy Ruiz. Now, I love what he's done, but I'm going to keep it real. This guy won't win a belt again. He got lucky with Anthony Joshua.
He didn't get lucky.
No, I'm just going to say, look, that was his best thing. Now,
you just saying that because you're from
let me tell you why I say that he got lucky, bro. You know we keep it real here. You know we keep it real. We're not going to say no fanboy shit. Anthony Joshua wasn't ready for that Andy Ruiz. He took that fight in short notice. That's the best thing he's ever going to achieve. And he's going to go in the history books for doing what he did. But going forward, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, will put Andy Ruiz to sleep. He will put Andy Ruiz to sleep, bro. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I could say this. I could understand you saying that Anthony Joshua took this fight on short notice. But also Andy Ruiz took this fight on short notice, in which Andy Ruiz just came out from a fight 4.5 weeks before fighting Anthony Joshua. So both of these guys was in some type of disadvantage as well. You know what I'm saying? And skills and whoever won that fight was hard. And this is why I like Anthony Joshua. I think I like Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz, because these are two guys that could take that show that they could be hurt, they could be floored and still come back. You need to kill Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. That's why I like the matchup. These are two fan-friendly. Their styles is very, very different. So the styles will mesh. Andy Ruiz loves to fight, likes to bang, and Deontay Wilder likes to bang as well. So I think it's going to be a fire fight. Let's not act like Deontay Wilder can't be hurt. He got hurt by Luis Ortiz. He got put down by Tyson Fury. These guys are vulnerable. These guys are warriors. These guys got power punches. Is the hardest puncher versus the fastest hands in the sport of boxing versus the hardest hand in the sport of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, Cinco de Mayo 2023, we got Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, versus Deontay Wilder, the last American champion of the world. Woo! Let's go, baby.
Wow. But look, let's take it back a little bit, Punch. There's a fighter. Yeah?
Let's take it back to Mirage so I could have my say. How about that?
Okay, well, I asked for you. Where the fuck did you go?
You were asking for Frank or some other fucking dude, bro.
I said to you, I said, where the fuck are you, Mirage?
Well, now I'm
Legend. I
here.
called
Now
you
that's
the
all that
legend.
matters.
I called
That's
you
all that
the
matters.
legend. All right, what'd you say about this fight, bro?
So I listened to Punch. Like, I don't know what fight he saw. Maybe he dozed off. Maybe he dozed off halfway through. Maybe he was on the phone with one of his homies or something.
I took a jerk off break.
Maybe that as well. But you did not watch that fight properly. That's the bottom line. Now, I scored the fight. I had a 113, 112 Ortiz. There's no real way for me that Ruiz won that fight, unless you're literally just giving him rounds just for the sake of it. Two of the judges had him winning 6 rounds. I mean, what the fuck? There's no way he won 6 rounds. And those knockdowns, I mean, most of them were like back of the head. The second one was fucking, to me, illegal shot. But these days in boxing, they just let it go. It was literally behind the ear, the back of the head, whatever. I had Ortiz winning. Ruiz looked pretty shit.
Oh, shut up! You ain't had no horse in the
Let
race.
him have
Why
his
the
2
fuck do
minutes,
you want
Punch.
Luis Ortiz to win
Hey,
anyway?
Punch, let him have his 2 minutes, and then he ain't gonna
Ruiz
be able
just
to
sat in
butt
the
in when you
pocket trying to
talk.
box, eating jabs from an old man all night. I wasn't impressed. It just shows a sad state of contemporary heavyweight boxing, in my opinion. And he got robbed.
Look at
Ortiz,
this
the old
party
man, he
pooper
got
over
All
here.
right,
robbed.
you
That's
got
it.
Look at this
20
That's the
party
seconds.
bottom
pooper
You
line.
got
over here.
20 seconds, Mirage. Carry on. 20 seconds.
No, that's it. He got robbed. It's a robbery. Punch is defending another robbery, a
Okay.
fucking bad card.
All
So
right.
sort yourself out, Punch.
All right. Now
Okay?
you now just be quiet and let Punch have his 2 minutes, bro. Please. No, go on, Punch.
Oh man, this party pooper. You ain't had no damn horse in the race. You ain't
Party
give a
pooper. The
fuck who
party's
won
just
this.
gone up a
You
level,
don't
bro.
give
Come
a
on.
damn who won this. Hey, it's my time now. You had your time, buddy. Come on, man.
Yeah, you can't talk now, bro.
Yeah, man. This Andy Ruiz won this shit. Alright, it was close if there was no knockdowns, but it was a bunch of knockdowns, man. And anyway, man, it's good. It's better for boxing that Andy Ruiz wins anyway. Well, if Luis Ortiz wins, what's next? Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz trilogy? Man, please, man. Andy Ruiz won this fight. He looked it good. Both of these guys was vulnerable, but it was a great fight, great pay-per-view fight. Money's worth, great event. Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder. Let's make it happen. It's PBC, same side of the street. Cinco de Mayo. Stop being a party pooper. You don't want no damn Luis Ortiz, man, to win. Get out of here, man.
Okay, look, at the end of the day, I'm going to say, look, at the end of the day, Andy Ruiz did do his thing. He did struggle in some of the rounds, though. Even in the 12th round, I had Ortiz winning the 12th round. Andy Ruiz looked like he was a little bit, struggling, but he did his thing. When he caught Ortiz, he elevated on that. He dropped him. He dropped him not once, he dropped him twice. Then he dropped him again in the 7th round. My thing is this, though. Where does King Kong Ortiz? He wants to carry on fighting. So the 50-year-old man is still in the game. I mean, to me, it was a good fight. I mean, it was. But does it really certify Andy Ruiz to say that he's going to beat a Deontay Wilder, an Alexander Usyk?
Yes.
And definitely not a Tyson Fury. No, I'm with Mirage on this. I'm going to say that Andy Ruiz
Why not?
I say Andy Ruiz, look, he's good. But you know what? Punch. I cannot see him beating Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury. And I can't see him beating Deontay Wilder, bro. That's my opinion.
I say Styles make fights. Here we go again. Live in the moment. Styles make fights. The man that knocked out your man, the man that knocked out AJ that was supposed to be the biggest upset since Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas. He knocked AJ out. Alexander Usyk ain't knocked AJ out.
He didn't knock him out. The referee stopped the fight. The referee stopped the fight. He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out.
Don't stop me. Don't stop. Let me make my point.
You're saying something wrong.
No. This is the facts. Andy Ruiz knocked your boy out.
No, he stopped my boy. He didn't.
All right, he stopped your boy, knocked him out.
So he didn't knock him out though.
His heart. Hey, yo, put it this way. You know why? You know why AJ lost to Alexander Usyk? Because his heart is still with Madison Square Garden when Andy Ruiz put that beat down on him. You say it yourself. That's why Anthony Joshua was losing to Alexander Usyk. His heart and balls is still in New York City, and Andy Ruiz took it from him. You talking about? Let's go.
Andy Ruiz, look, Andy Ruiz is Hall of Fame. or anything he's ever done in boxing was the time that he beat AJ. And then AJ came back and put a boxing lesson on Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz and this today's performance tells me he's still lacking to be fighting those elite guys.
But why?
Now we're talking about the Alexander Usyks who are way more skilled and understand the ring better than Andy Ruiz.
Two Olympians going at it.
But what I'm saying is Andy Ruiz, right? He's good, but he's good as a. I'd say Derek Chisora could give Andy Ruiz a good fight. I'll say even Derek Chisora today. Derek Chisora today. If I send Derek Chisora from England right now, the man with 7-8 losses, Derek Chisora would come and probably beat Andy Ruiz.
But thank you for bringing Chisora up because Chisora was giving Alexander Usyk problems.
But I'm saying Derek Chisora would be able to probably beat Andy Ruiz.
So Alexander Usyk was having trouble. Alexander Usyk was having trouble with Chisora. So what I'm saying is, why Andy Ruiz? How Andy Ruiz can't beat the elites if he already stopped an elite champion?
Punch. I'll tell you why. That elite champion he stopped is Chinny. Was a Chinny guy.
They all Chinny.
Hang on. He was Chinny. That's why he stopped AJ. Let me ask you a question. How does he have a chance against Usyk when he was getting outboxed by an old man Ortiz?
I'd like to know how you think he made history. How did Andy Ruiz ever make history?
Hey, I want him to answer my question. He was getting outboxed by old man Ortiz. So how does he have a chance of outboxing Usyk? Like, it doesn't work for me. What?
That's like saying, do I feel like Deontay Wilder could outbox Alexander Usyk? Hell no. Do I believe that Deontay Wilder could beat Alexander Usyk and knock him out? Hell yeah.
Do you think Andy Ruiz can knock out Usyk? You reckon that's his path to victory?
Deontay Wilder could knock out Alexander Usyk, bro.
What was that?
He could knock him out.
Yeah, but that is not very probable at all, right? That's not very probable.
That's not probable at all?
No. I mean, he's not a one-punch.
Also, you trying to say that now Alexander Usyk has got cast chin now?
Yeah, but Usyk has fucking pretty good defense. He doesn't just get lit up. He doesn't just get lit up like fucking
I'm not
Ortiz
saying that
and
Deontay
AJ.
Wilder will beat Alexander Usyk. I'm saying, do you think he's not capable of knocking out Alexander Usyk?
Very, very unlikely. I will give him like 10% chance of knocking him out. Out of all the people he's fought, Ruiz is going to catch him and knock him out. To me, it's 90% he's going to get his ears boxed off by somebody with great movement, far superior cardio. That's the most likely. So it's like,
bro, we see Alexander Usyk get hurt too, bro. It's not look. The thing is that in the top heavyweights that we've seen of this era, they all vulnerable. Tyson Fury got knocked down several times in his career, got back up and win. We seen Deontay Wilder get hurt by Luis Ortiz in that round, came back and win. We seen Andy Ruiz get knocked down by AJ, got knocked down and came back and win. We seen AJ get knocked out by Klitschko, come back and win. The beauty of this heavyweight era, that they show heart and determination and they know how to respond through adversity. None of these guys are untouchable. None of them.
Yeah, but Usyk has shown to be like, very solid and reliable.
Okay, somebody answer my question. How did Andy Ruiz make history?
All right,
I'm all ears on this one.
Before we answer your question, let me just say this. Hello, Peter. How you doing, mate?
Oh, pretty good.
That's nice. All right, I think Andy Ruiz did make some kind of history. He's the first ever Mexican heavyweight who ever became a champion for Mexico.
He's not a Mexican.
But he was a Mexican. No, but he was still in. Listen, let me tell you where, Peter. Wasn't Andy Ruiz getting cheered by the whole of Mexico and the president invited Andy Ruiz?
I don't care. I don't care if he was spreading holy water with a wand.
That was legendary.
He's American.
Andy Ruiz did.
He's not. He's American.
But Mexico
he's an American. He didn't make any kind of history. No, but playing the Mexican national anthem was ridiculous.
Yeah, but he was still. Isn't his inheritance?
It was ridiculous. Mexican? It was stupid. People are ignorant. He's an American. What's playing the Mexican national anthem for a guy who's an American?
The man's got Mexican heritage. Why was he with the fucking Mexican prime minister? Why?
Hey,
Why wasn't
the
he
next
with the
time
American fucking prime
the next
minister?
time a German wins the
But why
heavyweight,
was he with
I
the
think we
fucking
should raise a
Mexican prime
swastika,
minister,
right?
bro? Why
That's so
was he with the
stupid.
Mexican prime minister
It's the
or the
stupidest
president?
thing I ever
Why?
seen in my life. If a
But
guy's
why?
from Britain, yeah, play God Save the Queen. But if a guy's from America, why would you play the Mexican national anthem? Get a grip.
Yeah, but bro, the man's
Get a grip on
heritage is
reality,
Mexican.
bro.
But listen, the man's fucking heritage is Mexican, though.
I don't give a shit if he was born in East Jesus Ubangi.
All right, let's get to the facts of this. Is Andy Ruiz?
Check back into the hotel reality rap star.
Right, well, Peter,
Snap out of it.
Let's get to the
facts. Snap out of it a little bit, okay?
Listen,
let's check back into the hotel reality.
Though,
Why would you play the Mexican national anthem for a guy who was born in the United States?
All right, so you've had your
You tell me. Make sense out of it.
All right, you've had your 2 minutes. Now you can be a bit quiet and we can talk. Now, look. Is Andy Ruiz representing Mexico as well as his own country, America? Because no, you can shut the fuck up now. It's my turn. Right, okay. You've had your fucking 3 minutes coming over here, not even saying what's happening.
Yeah, but you were talking over me the whole time, so don't give me that bullshit.
And you came over here with some anger towards fucking Mexican fucking heritage over here. Now you will listen. This man.
I don't have any anger.
No, you are going to fucking listen because you've given
stupid.
It now. No, all right, it's stupid, so let me talk. This man has represented the heritage of Mexico. Even though he's born in America, his mum and dad, his grandfather, whoever his ancestors are, they're from Mexico. So he still represents the Mexican people as well. No, he don't. Listen, yes, he does, because they still embrace him.
Well, my last name is Vonarks. Do you think I represent the Germans?
Yeah, but come on, the Mexicans love him, though.
Give me a break.
Love him, though.
The Germans love me, too. I got relatives in Switzerland. Do you think they're sitting there sending me letters? Give me a break.
Well, look,
it's ridiculous, man. You're being ridiculous.
Right, you got to remember this.
The whole thing is absurd.
Were born in Mexico.
It's boxing politics is absurd.
People, you know? He still represents the Mexican people.
No, he don't. He represents the American people because he was born in America. He's an American. He ate American food since he was.
Let's go around to the chat then. Let's ask the chat. And let's ask Punch. Punch, does Andy Ruiz represent only America or does he represent whole world, like America and Mexico?
He represents Mexico and America. He fought for Mexico in the Olympics. He represents Mexico. They love Andy Ruiz, and also you gotta also understand this. I understand when of course he's American as well, but people gotta understand the culture. People gotta understand his community. Where his community is mostly Mexican. It's close to Mexico. He got a Mexican household, Mexican culture, Mexican parents. So he's still in touch with the Mexican heritage and Mexican culture in where he was born and raised. So it's easy to feel and be puro Mexicano. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
Now, let's say if he was a Mexican in China. Let's say if he was a Mexican in China and there's no Mexican community out there. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to pull away from your Mexican heritage and Mexican culture because you don't live around that type of culture. But in Cali, around San Diego, right? He born and raised right on the border. You know what I'm saying? So
maybe he should have jumped over the border.
I could understand. I could stand American. I could understand American Latino or American or any other culture. I can understand that, you know what I'm saying, his that he feel more Mexican or feel Mexican, like of a person that was born in Mexico.
Here's what got me is when Ortiz came out, I didn't hear the Cuban national anthem. I mean, they kind of crapped on him. But all of a sudden we hear the American national anthem and we hear the Mexican national anthem, and here Andy Ruiz is born in California. I mean, it's cold-blooded, I thought.
Yeah, let's not forget places like Texas and California is mostly Mexican. It is Mexico.
Oh, I don't know. I lived down there for a long time, 12 years, and it ain't all Mexico. It ain't all Mexico. It ain't all Mexico.
I'm not saying it's all Mexico, but I'm saying that it's okay. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm Dominican, right? I'm born and raised Harlem and Washington Heights. That's real, all Dominican. My community is Dominican blacks, but it's mostly Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So my parents Dominican, also Brazilian in my blood, but I'm with my culture. So I feel like a Dominican that was born in Dominican Republic. I still go to Dominican Republic. So you feel Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
But should you be playing the anthem, the national anthem?
You can feel Dominican all you want, but you were born in the States. Here's the deal. Remember,
nobody's saying that you're not born in the States. Nobody's saying that he's not born in the States.
But shouldn't he play the American
Del Santos that fought tonight?
Nobody not saying that he's not born in
Del
America.
Santos that fought tonight and beat up El Rayo. Hey, you know that guy? I didn't hear him play the national anthem for him.
Nobody plays the national anthem for no undercard. Ain't nobody playing.
But why don't but he's got a point there. Why don't people play any anthems for the Dominican Republican fighters?
Because
that guy was a good fighter, man.
Why don't they show the same love for the Dominican Republicans?
Or Puerto Rico?
We haven't had a big fight since Jason Rosario. We haven't had a big fight since Bud Crawford and Felix Diaz.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that guy from Dominican Republic was good. He knew he was going to win. You know, he knew he was going to beat him up before they even fought.
Just because you relate, he's strongly connected to his culture, but you should play the national anthem that represents, like, you know, where you were born, your nationality. Like, he's an American at the end of the day, like, factually. So he should be playing that.
Absolutely.
He can still wear his Mexican cap.
Let's make a vote.
I think they should have played the Russian national anthem for Dimitri Bivol. I believe that.
All right, let's make a vote. I want to make a vote. Do you agree that if Andy Ruiz is born in America, we're going to make a vote now. And listen, there's nearly fucking, how many people in the building? 55 people. I need some fucking likes. And I need you guys to support the channel, right? Because we're here cooking early hours in the morning here. I'm asking a vote now. Is Andy Ruiz, because he's born in America, should he play the American anthem first? Or should he play the Mexican anthem because of his ancestors? Because he's born in America.
The Mexican anthem. Should play the American anthem.
Okay. Should it be the American anthem or should it be the Mexican anthem? That's the vote. I need votes. What should he play?
Anthem. America. They should, in my opinion, they should play none of these anthems before the fight.
American.
There's too much bullshit with boxing before the fight.
Everybody
playing 10 anthems.
Let me get the fucking votes, man.
And get in there and fight. That's my vote. How about that?
Look, R&R 1000 says American. Tip Bayless says American. General says play the remix.
I say depending.
And he says no, Mexican.
I say depending who's singing it.
Okay, now Punch. Look, we're getting out. There's outvoted here. Most people are saying you should play the American anthem. Okay, EDP says Mexican. Jose Nava says American. Demeter says, if it's possible, play both. Now you got to choose one. Should it be the Mexican anthem or should it be the American anthem? And Andy Ruiz is playing the Mexican anthem. Is that right, Peter? Yeah?
Well, they played the Mexican and American anthem, and they didn't even play the Cuban national anthem. You know, it's like they hung Ortiz out to dry.
That's a bit disrespectful, though. He's got a point there, Punch. He's got a point there. Why didn't they play Ortiz's fucking national anthem?
He's actually from Cuba.
I don't know. Do they have I don't know. I don't know the national anthem of Cuba.
Okay. Well, a lot of people believe American anthem should have been played more than the Mexican anthem.
You know, here's the deal. If you're from a country and you were born in that country, like if you're like from Uzbekistan or if you're like from Puerto Rico and it's a big fight, play the Puerto Rican national anthem for those guys because it's a national type of deal.
Puerto Rico is part of America.
It's not part of America. It's not a state. It's a territory. Okay, so those folks down there are down home. They're their own down home folks, and they have a little bit of a voice. But you know, the bottom line is that they're down home folks. It's their country. and they have a national anthem, just like Cuba has a national anthem, just like Mexico has that national anthem that changes keys. It just drives me nuts, but I listen to it anyway.
Technically, Mexico is America. It's North America.
No, it ain't. It's North America. It's not the United States. Not the United States. You're grasping for straws.
It's not the right. It's not the red, white, and blue.
Nah.
Let's get back to boxing.
I mean, if a man, and that's the great thing about boxing, is these guys come from all over the world, and from all different little countries: Croatia, Uzbekistan, Estonia, Russia, France. And they're representing their countries.
Yeah, I don't care about the national anthem. When the national anthem be playing, we be always saying, "Yo, hurry up, let's get this fight underway."
Well, it just screws with people's heads. You're not even acknowledging the rest of the world. You're not even treating anybody with respect. It's like you just want to go ahead and acknowledge that kind of stuff.
But Peter, Andy Ruiz has already said, Peter, Andy Ruiz already said that I fight for the Mexican people. That's what he said.
He's an idiot. Maybe he ought to just go down there and, pack up, move his big 268-pound ass down to Guadalajara.
Look at the comment, man. He said, yo, you got no... Come on, man. Let's get the fuck away from this anthem shit. Let's talk about boxing, bro.
Yeah, let's get back to that. It's more interesting.
Yeah, well, we'll get back to boxing, Punch, when they give us some fucking likes. You know what I mean?
It's the politics I don't like.
We're going to talk about this politics right now because these people are not liking the channel, bro. We got 55 in the building. Give us at least another 20 likes. We're cooking over here.
We'll get after him.
Andy Ruiz, right? Peter says Andy Ruiz should be representing America more than fucking Mexico. But Andy Ruiz says, no, fuck that. I'm fighting for the Mexicans. So Peter's, you're an American, right, Peter?
Well, I live in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Is that America?
Oh, shit. It's a good show tonight,
Yeah.
Hey, I got to tell you about Andy Ruiz boxing-wise. I thought he did okay. I thought he did pretty good.
How did you score it?
I scored it about 7 rounds to 5. I thought Ortiz was doing good, holding him off with the jab and working combinations, but Andy just he just overpowered him. He overpowered the big guy. And he won the fight.
So do you think for Andy Ruiz, he wants maybe a Deontay Wilder fight? How do you feel that Andy Ruiz will match up against the Bronze Bomber?
Oh, if he can get the fight, I'd take it.
Yeah?
Yeah, if he can get a fight against Deontay Wilder's going to fight Hellenius.
Yeah.
But after that, if Andy Ruiz thinks he can go up against Deontay Wilder, fine. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Okay.
Hey, yo, smash the like button. I know y'all ain't smashing y'all shorty right now. Y'all ain't smashing no girl right now. Y'all watching Rap Star, so smash the like button. At least smash something tonight.
Yeah, man. Come on, headbutt the like button. Jab the fucking like button. How many likes we got at the moment? And I'm going to go to this because I never watched the fight. But Punch, Usyk Cruz. It was a brutal knockout. From what I'm seeing, the reports, I never watched it. I woke up late. Can you tell me what you think about the Usyk Cruz fight?
Made another statement in a very lucrative, exciting lightweight division where you got Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko. Both of these guys exciting. Ryan Garcia exciting. You got Usyk Cruz exciting. You got Devin Haney. He's not exciting. But anyway, yeah, man, you got these guys exciting. So it's looking good. I think that Usyk Cruz, beautiful knockout, beautiful statement. Almost stole the show. Almost stole the pay-per-view show. And he probably did, though. He probably did steal the show. A lot of people are going to be talking about the knockout. Is a knockout real? I already see it all over the place on Instagram. And I think that Gervonta Davis and Usyk Cruz rematch, I think it will sell out the Staples Center. Now for sure, that shit will really sell out the Staples Center. I ain't talking about them blanking the last seats and shit like that. The how you call it, the balconies or whatever. Nah, man, they're gonna sell that shit out.
Cruz will beat him again. Cruz will beat him like he did the first time. Only he'll beat him worse the second time.
Yo, but it's so good that all these fighters are young. They young, exciting, and yo, I don't know. Maybe the belts really don't matter in the lightweight division because these guys are performing where I don't even think the casual give a fuck who's the champion.
I've seen some guys in these chants go nuts when I tell them Isaac Cruz beat Tank Davis, but I've watched that fight 4 times. Isaac Cruz beat Tank Davis, and he'll beat him again. What did you think of that rail fight, punch?
To be honest, I never thought anything good about him. To be honest, I never did a video of him. I never thought that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the hype. Maybe the hype was the sparring session probably with Tio that everybody spoke about him about. But I see him like Montana Love. People talk about it, but I don't see him like a world beater. I don't see him ever being a champion. I see Montana Love and Rayo like the same shit. Like, yeah, they get a little hype, but I don't think too much of them.
Dale Santos really revved it up tonight, man. He was excellent.
He looked very impressive. Rayo looked like absolute crap. I mean, no defense, just eating huge shots after shot, getting hurt constantly. I mean, he may be easy to start looking at a career change, to be honest.
Agreed.
Already. That kind of thing.
The Benavides are losing, bro. And all I'm saying, Mirage, that might happen to Canelo. I mean, Canelo might do that to David Benavides, bro.
Rayo to me is like Josue Vargas.
He didn't know what to do. Like, just kept on just running into shots. Like, your opponent's throwing has got faster hands. Don't get into a firefight. Just sit back, jab, pick your spots. He was just swinging blindly like an amateur. I mean, it was just very bad. Terrible performance.
Dale Santos is the guy's name, right? Dale Santos. Yeah, he came after him right in the first round. I knew it was over right after because he kept clipping him. He was clipping him in the first round. It was like, wow, man, this guy's good.
He looked impressive. Yeah, looks impressive. Yeah. First time I've seen him.
So, what do you think about? I didn't watch Abner Mares. Did anybody? I heard his eye was fucked in the fight. What happened with Abner Mares after coming after such many years back in the ring? Punch, did you watch that fight?
I think for being out for 4 years, I think he did great. For being off for 4 years, I think he did great coming back. Now, was a draw. Yeah, he was getting hit, but he was also doing good offensively as well. But to be honest, for 4 years, I gotta give credit to the man. He looked it good, man, and he went all the way to decision. You know what I'm saying? It was a draw, but you gotta give him credit for looking like that after 4 years.
I agree. Yeah, and I don't want to see him anymore. I love that guy. I love Abner Mares. I don't want to see him fight anymore. Enough is enough. After 4 years, he gets in there with anybody really good. No. Enough is enough.
So there's been an interview, yeah? Do you want to hear the interview about 5 minutes ago? The interview is Deontay Wilder says he wants all the smoke with Andy Ruiz.
Most definitely. I think this is what it's looking like the road is going. Everybody hitting to that fight. So most time when you're in it and hitting to a fight, most likely, the power that be is trying to line something up. So we'll see what happens. And while if he outpriced himself for this fight, would you want that fight with what's that? If Tyson overpriced himself, if you talk about $500,000 for the fight. If he overpriced himself, they know where to find me. 500 million.
So anyway, that's Deontay Wilder, man. He just came out just now. He said that he wants all the smoke with Andy Ruiz. He wants the fight, and he wants to deal with Andy Ruiz. It's a big fight.
That's
Is that
that's the,
is
that's
that
that's
fight
the
a big
easy
fight?
fight to make.
It's
Is
a
that
good
fight a
fight.
big fight in America, Punch?
That's one of the biggest fights in America. It will be one of the most lucrative fights in America. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's a heavyweight. We already seen that. Look, Andy Ruiz has done just as much pay-per-views than Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, I think that fight. I mean, both of them are vulnerable. Both of them are hittable. Both of them like go for it. So I think it's going to be an action fight, and I think it's maybe a 50-50.
And if there's this, and if the myth is real, black versus Mexican in the heavyweight division, like we seen it in the lower division, but if it's a myth that the black and versus Mexican sells at the highest level in the money division heavyweight, then of course it's going to be huge. And both of these guys got power. Both of these guys are known for knockouts as well. And yo, it will be a big fight. I'm telling you, that's the fight right there. They got to do it in Cinco de Mayo. Love Canelo Alvarez. The only way that fight doesn't steal Cinco de Mayo from Canelo Alvarez is only if Canelo Alvarez fights David Benavidez in Cinco de Mayo.
Now, I think Deontay Wilder versus Andy Ruiz is more exciting. I think
Yeah,
that's
but they're not as
fight.
they're
More
not like.
exciting than Canelo and David Benavidez.
I mean, it's a big American heavyweight. Isn't heavyweight Punch? Isn't the heavyweight fight? No.
Yeah, but
I'm just
he's
asking you a
coming from
question.
losses.
I
He's
mean,
coming back
What you
from.
think is a bigger fight? What you
I
think
mean,
is a
if
bigger
it's an
fight?
undisputed, if Canelo Alvarez is undisputed, then that's undisputed fight's bigger. I think. Yeah, undisputed fight with David Benavidez.
Wilder's coming off losses as well, so I mean he's not the top heavyweight, but it's a big fight
No, but
regardless.
he's
Anyway,
but then he's gonna be look. Oh, you know how it is in boxing, man. It's just give a good performance. If he knocks out Robert Helenius with a highlight reel performance that catches the
yeah.
eye and is everywhere in all the sports networks, man, that Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder is gonna sell a lot, man. Because even though that he lost his last fight with Tyson Fury, I think that Deontay Wilder gained more respect and more fans losing to Tyson Fury than any other fight that he ever won.
Well, Deontay Wilder was embraced by fans in the today. You could see all the fans taking pictures with him, and a lot of the fans which were taking pictures with him, they were more like white fans. I saw it. There was a lot of people, all kinds of people taking pictures with him.
Oh, a lot of people like. I like Deontay Wilder.
Yo,
I think
people like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
It's just this community, and then it was the narrative, and people going after the narrative. But people, you cannot tell me you don't like you pay attention to heavyweight division, and what we like in the heavyweight division is knockout. But you don't like Deontay Wilder, and he's the one that's providing knockouts. Get out of here, man. That's just it's weird. It's weird if in America. I'm not just speaking about America. In America, we was urging for a knockout artist in the heavyweight division. It was a coma in the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder came through, and he actually single-handedly, how you say, kept the heavyweight division alive or woke up the heavyweight division alive in America. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give credit to him.
Yeah, Wilder's a very exciting fighter. You cannot deny that. Deontay Wilder gives a lot.
And that's what people want to see. That's it.
Yeah, when he was younger, I don't know if you guys caught him when he was younger, but when he first started out, I remember seeing him, and he was really fast on his feet. I mean, Deontay Wilder was fast on his feet, really fast. And then as time went on, he got better at throwing a jab because he's pretty good at throwing a jab. I always thought he was, if he just stick with it. It's like he throws a jab for a little bit and then he just gives up on it for some reason. I don't know what it is. But
Facts. You remember when he beat Stavern to become heavyweight champion, and all the critique was that we want to see him box, and he outboxed Stavern. And if you look at that fight, look at the commentating after the fight, people were saying, so Deontay Wilder can box. He is a good boxer. He had a good jab. Then after that, everybody was saying again that he can box. That shit is whack. You know what I'm saying?
But
You got a knockout
had a,
artist. You want a knockout artist to start boxing. But when a knockout artist start boxing, you be like, oh, he lost his power. He's not a knockout artist no more. You know what I'm saying? People just it's crazy in boxing.
No, I always thought he had a pretty good jab. It's just that he kind of gives up on it after about the third round for some reason. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
It's not natural. It's not natural for him. He just goes back to instinct. He only threw that jab. Remember at the start of the fight, like he was jabbing the body. Well, that only lasted 1 or 2 rounds. Once he got buzzed, I don't think he threw a jab after that. He was just loading up the right hand.
I'll tell you why he got a great jab. You know why he don't got a good jab. He got a great jab. You know why? Because what sets up his right hand?
Well, does he set it up?
Yeah.
Well, maybe for a round. I don't know. I don't remember him setting it up after that, to be honest.
Deontay Wilder always hits you with the 1 and 2. He sets up his right hand with the jab.
Maybe sometimes
he just don't throw a straight right and just gets you out. He throws that 1 and 2. Either he'll jab your other arm, your other hand, for you to catch his jab, and then he finds the opening and lands that straight right hand down the pipe. But that's Deontay Wilder, is the 1 and 2. Mark Breland, one of the best 1 and 2s in the 80s of that era. He had the best 1 and 2. Go look at Mark Breland tapes before, and you'll see where Deontay Wilder got his style from.
Hey, do you think after today's performance, would you like to see Andy Ruiz, if it's not Wilder next, the winner of our Joe Joyce, the Juggernaut, versus Joseph Parker? Do you think, that would be, would you not want to see him fight the winner of that fight?
Realistically, it'll be probably hard to make.
I'm just saying I would like him to see if Andy Ruiz could revenge his loss. If Joseph Parker won, then he could fight Joseph Parker. But I want him to fight.
I want to fight AJ. Well, we can't see the trilogy with Andy Ruiz and AJ, Rapstar.
Yeah, that'd be a fight still again.
What happened? You scared that he's gonna retire him for good? Put a fork in it. He's done.
No, man. Listen. At the end of the day, AJ needs to. AJ, that's a good fight for AJ to come back to regain himself. AJ needs comeback fights.
Who deserves more?
You know what? Actually, you know what? That's a very good point, Punch. That AJ versus Andy Ruiz trilogy could be sold, and it'll be still a big fight.
AJ beat him again. He'll beat him again.
I mean, the AJ that we saw last outing, he was a good AJ.
Yeah, that was a good AJ.
That was a good AJ.
Yeah, he'll outbox him again.
But I think that AJ, he lost what? Well, Andy Ruiz stripped AJ from it. From to this day, and y'all, cause I don't know if y'all could agree or disagree. I think after the Andy Ruiz fight, what AJ lost was a killer instinct. Yeah, he's trying to box, but he lost his killer instinct.
I agree.
Well, it's hard to kill somebody when you can't get a hold of them. You know what I mean? Kind of wears you out. You can sit there and want to wring his neck all you want to, but if you can't get your hands around it, and that's what happened with Usyk. He just couldn't get his hands around his neck. He just couldn't connect, But he'd beat Ruiz again easy.
You know what I like about the heavyweight? Let me ask y'all, y'all opinion on this. I think that the heavyweight division is gonna go back to a little bit of the old days where the heavyweights was actually lighter. Like now we have these hyper heavyweights, 250, 260 pounds, 6'8", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Now with Alexander Usyk and Andy Ruiz, Jared Anderson moving up. Do you think it's gonna go back to like normal heavyweights and not these Tyson Fury's 270 pounds fighting guys that's 200?
Isn't Usyk the only small guy? Andy Ruiz is a fat turd. The other
but he's short.
How big is Jared Anderson?
Jared Anderson is 6'2".
Well, he's good.
How many pounds? How many pounds was he?
I think he was in the 220s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll have to check that. It looked
230, maybe 220. He'd be fluctuating. Like he weighted more this time around than his last bout. The one before last.
He's from up there in Toledo.
I don't know where exactly he's from.
Yeah, Jerron Anderson, that Big Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Big Baby Anderson. Yeah, he's from Toledo. And
but you know, the only reason why these guys are trying to bulk up is because of the heavyweights that they need to face. If Anthony Joshua if these heavyweights wasn't that big, Alexander Usyk will still be coming in the ring 210 pounds. He's bulking up because he's fighting AJ, not because he really wants to just bulk up. It's like Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is normally 210, 212, 215 pounds. He needed to bulk up to get to Tyson Fury, and you already know that was no good for him. And if you see him right now, every time he tries to bulk up, he turns skinny right back because that's his natural thing.
It's like Tyson Fury said. Tyson Fury said, doesn't matter what Alexander Usyk does. He goes, even if he wants to get faster and go down to 198, he goes, I'll stomp the man. I will literally stomp him.
He was waiting.
And let me tell you what I like about Tyson Fury. He don't have no respect for Alexander Usyk.
Oh, he doesn't.
He doesn't have absolutely any respect for the man. And he goes, listen, even if the blown up middleweight wants to come up, he goes, he'll be a little bit slower. He goes, I'll stomp him again. He goes, I will destroy and dismantle Usyk. And I believe him. I believe Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury will just deal with Usyk. He'll be too big, use his weight, lean on him. He'll make it awkward for him. No matter how good of a boxer it is, he's also good. He'll be too much. He'll be too much.
Great footwork.
I don't give a fuck what he's got. Tyson Fury, for me, in my opinion, he will stop Usyk. That's what my opinion is.
I think there's a lot of money.
He will stop Usyk.
There's a lot of money to be made in the heavyweight division. You can even put Andy Ruiz versus Dillian White. You could put Dillian White, Deontay Wilder. Yo, you could mix and match a lot of great fights. Let's not forget Danny Dubois.
I reckon Usyk makes Fury like a sloppy buffoon. That's what I think.
That's some bullshit, man. And listen, when that fight happens, I want you to bet money with me. I want you to bet me. I want you to bet me all your Australian dollars.
I'm going to take all your dough money, okay? I'm going to take.
You ain't listen. We don't need no dough money.
I'm going to take that shit.
Dough money's gone years ago, mate. That's for peasants. You're talking to somebody that I will wipe you out in minutes.
Money. Okay.
I will wipe you out in minutes. I want all your Australian dollars, and I'm going to bet you with my fucking Queen's head, the British pound, and we're going to take all your money. I'll tell you that much, mate. But
you guys are getting carried away with Fury. He beat up a guy.
Man, I don't want to hear your shit, mate. I know my opinion is Fury will beat the fuck out of Usyk. Fuck his leg work. He's too small for him. He's too small for him, bro.
Yeah, but that size is, you guys are getting, his size has got a spare tire around his waist.
That's all he needs, man. Fury's just something else, man. He makes haters out of people. That's all it is.
How tall is Anthony Joshua? He's about 6'6", right?
Yeah, about 6'6".
Okay, well, Fury's 6'9", and when Usyk fights, you'll always notice he has his outside lead foot on the outside of.
Fury's not even 6'9". He lies about his height. He's about 6'7", actually.
Well, hey, listen, your mum's a fanboy. Hey, don't be making a little liar. Listen, don't be coming over in my chat, making a name and calling me a fanboy. Listen, come on the panel. Let me see who you are. Yeah.
I don't see Usyk getting around that jab.
You little pussy fanboy.
Easy footwork.
Nah, I don't know, man. Fury's got footwork. Fury's got footwork, and he knows how to move laterally.
Dude, he's slow. He just looked good against fucking Wilder fucking cunt.
Hit the league.
Yeah, but when you got an 80-inch reach,
Dillian White look like has the worst movement I've seen. He could barely keep his balance. That guy's uncoordinated as fuck.
I'm not talking about White. I'm talking about Usyk.
Yeah, but
Usyk's going to have to keep his foot on the outside of Fury's, and good luck.
He'll move
good
just
luck,
non-stop.
Because Fury can box. Fury's a little bit better than Joshua at boxing.
Yeah, but Usyk's faster. He's going to have a clear speed advantage. Do you agree?
And they have to get around the doggone jab from here to East Jesus. I mean, Fury's jab sticks way out there. He's not slow. The big guy isn't slow.
But he's slower than Usyk. Okay, it's a clear. He's going to have a speed advantage, and he throws good combinations. Fury's not used to dealing with that. When was the last time we dealt with somebody who actually throws and boxes with good combinations? He's been flattered with his last fights. In my opinion, he's been flattered. People have got this impression of him now, like, you know, he's just going to box the ears off. He's a master boxer. I thought he looked sloppy in the last fight.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a master boxer, but he'll step on Usyk. Yeah, Usyk won't be able to get around.
Don't punch Usyk. Can't punch.
Now I was gonna say I would like to see an Isaac Cruz versus a Loma, even though Loma is
good fight.
Even though that Loma is you know, got all the skills, but I want to see how he can handle also that pressure. You know what I'm saying? I think the styles will make for a good fight.
You know what I like about Isaac Cruz? He bobs and weaves his way in like Joe Louis, or like Joe Frazier, and like Floyd Patterson, and like Mike Tyson. Those guys bobbed and weaved their way in. They picked off punches with their gloves, and when they had a chance to unload, they just unloaded. You know, that's what I like about Cruz.
Damn, look at the chat, man. I just want to see it. I just feel like it's a good fight. Damn, man.
It is a good fight.
Like, damn, I ain't saying damn he's gonna beat Lomachenko. I just say that's a good fight, a good matchup, a stylistic matchup. When you got a offensive minded fighter like Lomachenko that throws a bunch of punches, mix the punches well, looking for angles, exciting fighter. You got Isaac Cruz, that's that pressure fighter, exciting fighter, constant. Damn, I would love to see that fight, man. What you mean? Hell no, yo, y'all crazy, man.
That's a hell of a fight, man.
That's a great matchup fight right there, man. That's entertaining at its finest.
Yep.
Haney, get the hell, man. I don't want to see, man. Look. Haney is the undisputed champion, and I'm going to watch because he's undisputed champion. But shit, if you tell me these guys are fighting on the same day, same time Devin Haney is fighting, man, I'm watching Isaac Cruz and Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Tank Davis, Vasily Lomachenko, bro. You ain't gonna kill my Saturday.
Well, talking about Ryan Garcia, Ryan tweeted that something big's happening in December, and Gervonta Tank Davis told him, have you signed your side, or basically have you agreed to your side already then? So what we're hearing here is that this could really be possible, a fight between Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia also digged Tank Davis, and he said to Tank Davis, don't worry, we're going to get this fight, but just remember, you didn't want to fight me at 140. Yeah, I'll come to 135. So what do you think about this? Do you think this is a Twitter war, or do you really think these two are really going to get in the ring in December? What do you think, Punch? Is this possible, or is this just Twitter war again?
They're already talking. So they're already talking to negotiate for a December date. Now, if the negotiation goes well, then it'll happen. If it doesn't, it won't happen. I think that looking at today, Gervonta Tank Davis does got an option with Isaac Cruz on the same side of the street. If we're talking street shit, and you know, look, Gervonta Tank Davis could fight Isaac Cruz or Michelle Rivera. He can't get Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia could go to 140 and pick a top 10, top 15 fighter, whatever. But I think this fight could happen. I think the business handlers, they gotta understand that in boxing, anything could happen. So get these fights done. Get the money now. Like, maybe the rematch will be way more money. I think boxing is doing a bad job in just not getting the first fight done. Just look at the fight. Get the fight over with. And then if it's a great fight, people will see the rematch or have a rematch clause and we'll see it again. And the rematches always make more money than the first fight.
So basically what's going on is we're hearing that Teofimo Lopez's name was in the mix as well. And is this just using Teofimo Lopez's name for leverage in the fight, or is Teofimo Lopez really in the mix as well? I mean, what's happening with Teo? Why is his name in the mix with Ryan Garcia? Anybody know what's going on with that?
I don't know. He's at 140 now, isn't he?
Yeah, so they're saying that Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia was thinking about fighting him, but now from the last reports is that Ryan and Tank Davis are having negotiations between their team.
I don't know. I don't know what's a bigger fight. What do you think's a bigger fight, Ryan and Tank or Ryan and Teofimo? What do you think a bigger fight is, Rapstar?
At this point, I think Ryan and Tank's a bigger fan-friendly fight. I think Ryan and Tank is like maybe can sell more as well. Whereas Teofimo and Ryan is still a big fight. I think Ryan and Tank is a bigger fight, just as in like, like attraction, global attraction more.
Right. Well, I think that's the fight they're going to try and make first, and if they can't make that, then he'll try and make the Teofimo fight, which would also be a pretty good fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great fight. What do you think about it, Mirage? Javante Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Could that be possible in December? I've lost Mirage. I don't know where he is. It will come back from somewhere anyway. But yeah, I mean, look, that's a big fight for people. You know what I mean? Across the pond. I mean, if that fight can be generated, that'd bring a lot of traction to the end of 2022. Because in 2022, I just want to talk to everybody about some of the fights that we're going to be having going towards leading in towards the last fall of boxing.
I'll tell you what's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Eubank and Conor Benn.
Well, we'll get to that one as well then, Now I know that there's a lot of different fights going on, but the ones that stand out is Shakur Stevenson versus Robson
Consejo.
Yeah, Consejo. So I know Shakur Stevenson's a main favorite in that, but that fight's coming up in September the 17th. So yeah, you expect Shakur to just do what Shakur does, you know what I'm saying? I can't say that Shakur's not a big favorite. He's a big favorite in that fight. But let's not forget the fight that's really coming up, that if you watch real boxing, and even if it's men or women, is Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshalls. Now that fight's coming up on September the 9th. That's next week. That's for the undisputed women's, best of the best women's in their division. You got Clarissa Shields, which is a two-weight undisputed woman. Then you got the woman who beat her in the amateur rankings. The only woman who beat one of the women who beat Clarissa Shields in the amateurs is Savannah Marshalls. So now you got this fight between these two women. Are you watching this fight, Peter?
Oh yeah, I'll probably watch it. Shields is from Flint, Michigan, and Savannah is from where is she from in the UK?
I don't know, somewhere like Lancashire, I think. I'm not sure where she's from exactly in the UK, but yeah.
Yeah, she's a hard hitter, isn't she?
Yeah, she's the one. But then they say who has she fought?
Well, the last fight I saw, Clarissa Shields fight, was some gal from, I don't know, Finland or Poland, or I can't remember where she was from, but she was tough and it went the distance. So if this Marshall is a knockout artist and beat her before, it should be a really good scrap.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. Clarissa Shields hasn't lost to, since she's been a pro. And, this could be a first fight that she'd be in a threat. So let's see if Savannah Marshall has got anything on Clarissa Shields, considering she beat her in the amateurs. She's a harder hitter. She's taller. She's got reach. So, let's see. It could be Clarissa Shields' hardest fight till today. So, it could be something that everybody might want to watch. Even though you're not into women's boxing, that's a fight that I believe any boxing fan should watch. Do you know what I mean?
When's that going to be on?
That's going to be on the September the 10th.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, so you need to watch that one. Then you've got the fight which is going to be coming up, which is September the 17th, which is Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. which is a major fight, which is still a big fucking fight, mate. September the 17th, the trilogy's here. Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Alvarez. They say the man who beat him in the first fight, Gennady Golovkin, won the first fight. They made it a draw. In the second fight, it was, Canelo won that fight. It's a trilogy. It's a big fight. September the 17th. Can't be missed. Can't be missed, Peter.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited for that one.
Big fight. Canelo Alvarez. But and then we got Floyd Mayweather's fighting some crazy exhibition on September the 24th.
I saw that. I don't know if I'm going to pick that one up,
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's doing some crazy exhibition. I don't know who the fuck the guy is. Mikuru.
Isn't he? He's from Japan, isn't he?
Yeah, some guy from Japan. Don't know what this guy's about. Don't know nothing about him. He's probably a little karate man. Floyd doing some exhibition with him. But then we got Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker. Good fucking fight.
Good fight.
Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker probably be a better fight than what you watched tonight.
Yep, good fight.
Yeah, that's a good fight. Joe Joyce versus Joseph Parker on the September 24th. September the 24th. That's a big fight.
So when's Eubank and Conor Benn going to go at it?
All right, then we're going to get into that one. We got Sebastian.
I'm looking forward to that fight.
Yeah, we got Sebastian Fondora versus Carlos Ocampo. And then on October the 8th, it's on, mate. It's here. Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. is eating KFC every day while Conor Benn's training his ass off. It's on, mate. Big fight, bro. Big fight.
Yeah, that's a big fight.
Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. Big fight coming up.
Conor Benn, he's just ornery as hell, isn't he?
Say that again?
I say he's ornery as hell. Conor Benn is. Chris Eubank doesn't say much, but Conor Benn, he just gets ornery,
Yeah, but this time Chris Eubank's been playing a lot of mind games. Chris Eubank been eating KFC in every interview. He been saying that, look, man, I'm not training. I'm going to be 60%. So Chris Eubanks is going to be 60%, and he says that should be enough to beat Conor Benn.
No, I don't know.
I don't know about that. That's mind games.
I don't either.
Behind the scenes, after he's eating those drumsticks, he's training his fucking ass off.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the psychological shit he's playing. You know what I mean? But yeah, that should be a good fight. But then who else we got after the Chris Eubanks versus
Who is that tall guy? What's his name? Fondora. Who is he fighting again?
Carlos Ocampo.
I never heard of that guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I've heard of him, but it's
the only Ocampo I remember, Ocampo or someone where Errol Spence had one of them Mexican fighters, Ocampo. I remember him.
I'd like to see Fondora fight Jamel.
Yeah.
For a
Jamel's
title.
fighting Tim Tszyu. That fight's coming up soon.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, he's going to be fighting Tim Tszyu soon.
Well, it's going to be old. Tim Tszyu, he's going to come to fight, I guess.
Let's hope Tim Tszyu has got anything what his DNA of his dad. He might give Jamel Charlo his first fucking loss.
Yeah, he might give him a loss.
You never know. But then you got your Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius, his sparring partner. Then he's fighting his sparring partner.
That'll be a good fight.
Mirage, are you still dead or what? Or you still can talk? He's still asleep, Mirage is. Then you got Hassim Rahman Jr. versus Victor Belfort. Or Victor Belfort. I'm not sure which one. And
Sounds then you like an MMA guy.
Yeah. And then you got Devin Haney versus George Kambosos rematch.
What do you think is going to happen there, Rapstar?
Man, George Kambosos got to let his hands go. If George Kambosos can let his hands go, he can maybe try and win some rounds, and then he can try and make it close, and then he can, get the, in Australia, if you make it close, you might be at the edge of the decision. If not, Devin Haney will just do the jab and grab and beat him all night and win. So it's all about Kambosos letting his hands go.
Yeah, I think Kambosos is going to have to learn how to walk him down. He's going to have to figure out a way to walk him down and unload, because if he doesn't, you're right. Haney will just waltz around him all night and pot shot him.
Yeah. Somebody said, Tip Baylor says, what do you think about Fundora versus Lara? Go on, Peter.
Oh, that'd be a good fight. But Laura's getting up there.
Then you got Vasily Lomachenko versus Jermaine Ortiz, the guy who beat what's his name? Oh, fucking hell, what's his name now? Can't remember his name now. But yeah, Lomachenko versus Jermaine Ortiz. That's gonna be in October.
Yeah, Lomachenko. Nah, I don't. Had about enough of Lomachenko.
Nah, Loma's a great fighter. Got a lot to offer still.
Yeah, I suppose he does, but what is he like?
What do you think about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, the guy who beat, just like Hawker Mustang says, the guy who beat, what's his name? The boxer, the legend, Chavez Jr.
Oh, yeah, Anderson Silva
versus Jake Paul.
Yeah, he's going to beat the crap out of Jake Paul, man. Anderson Silva can box.
You think Anderson Silva can beat up Jake Paul in boxing, yeah?
Oh, you'll probably knock him out, yeah.
I mean, is that a risky fight for Jake Paul?
Oh, Jake Paul's taking his life into his own hands.
Yeah, Jake's learned a lot in boxing since he's been training for 2-3 years solid. But
it doesn't matter.
Anderson Silva's a good with his hands.
Yeah.
But Anderson Silva's really old now, bro.
Yeah, but the dude can hit. He's been look at what he did in MMA, man. Nobody could beat him for so long. He's just got that ring savvy, that ring generalship. If it ain't an octagon, it's a ring.
Anderson Silva, a boxer.
Yeah, Anderson Silva, man. And those guys from Brazil. Now, Rapstar, you got to admit it. Brazil comes up with some really good boxers. So he's probably been boxing since he was 2.
Okay, so you think Anderson Silva gives Jake Paul his loss in boxing?
No, he'll knock him out.
He'll knock him out, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, mate. Well, still be a little exciting little attraction, won't it?
Oh, yeah.
Jake Paul's still doing a lot of exciting shit, mate. I'll tell you. All right, let's go to this fight, though. Dimitri Bivol, the man who beat Canelo Alvarez, versus Gilberto Ramirez. What do you think?
Well, it's going to be a great fight. No comment. I don't know who's going to win that one.
You're that confused.
Where's the energy up in here, man? The damn energy.
Early hours, bro. Come on, help us with the energy, though. But Punch, we're just walking down. We're just talking down about some of the fights coming up and whatever's going on now. As it's coming to the last fall of boxing. Anything that stands out for you that you really excited? Well, that you really want the fans to watch or people to really keep their eyes on. Any fights?
Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, and Alicia Baumgartner versus Michaela Mayer.
Talk to the people.
I mean, that's it. The best fighting the best. That's what we're watching, right? That's what the boxing fans want to watch, right? There you go. The best fighting the best. The woman is taking over 2022. Katie Taylor for the man of Serrano. We're about to see Clarissa Shields going to be fighting Chantel Cameron. They just made that fight. So, shit. How about women? Let them get the shine since we're watching the best fighting the best. Can you imagine if the men do what the women are doing just in 1 year? That we get Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. We get Spence versus Crawford. We get the Chocolatito Estrada part 3 again. Who else? Who else? The best fight in the best. Could we get Javante Tank Davis and Ryan? Can we get Loma or Ryan? Can we get Loma or Tank? We already got the undisputed in Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. Can we get Bivol versus Beterbiev? Can we get David Benavidez and Canelo? Can you imagine we get all those type of fights in the same year like the women are doing?
Yeah. Big. I mean, today I was a bit disappointed though, Punch, because in one of the papers, I was reading that Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is getting closer towards making and announcing the fight. And I thought today they were going to make the announcement. I thought PBC were going to have Errol Spence there, Terence Crawford there, and Errol Spence was going to stand there, man down promotions, Bud, all the smoke. I thought both of these guys were going to announce this fight and nothing's happening still. So, you know what I mean? I thought this was going to be the announcement. You know what I mean? But I was wrong.
Limited people will see the announcement because it's pay-per-view.
Yeah. But that's the fight that really needs to be announced. It looks like across the pond. I mean, it feels like
November
the fight
22nd,
that's going to happen.
right?
They reckon it's going to be November the 19th, 22nd. I don't know. Punch might have some insight on it that he might be able to let us know.
You got to be a member of Punch on Boxing. Got to be a member.
Hey, my brethren, D Calico in the building. Let me send D Calico the link. He loves the Errol Spence. He's the Errol Spence people out here, bro. D Calico's with Errol Spence. He knows them people, bro. Let me send him the link. Yeah, man. Look, let me just say this, bro. That's a big fight still. If that fight gets announced and the fight comes in November or December, then I think that's going to be big. And I'm hoping that fight does get announced. And yeah, man, all the smoke. Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford, man. Who you like in that fight, Peter? Who'd you like in that fight?
I'm kind of leaning towards Crawford.
Okay,
just because I've been watching him. I've been watching Bud for a lot longer, and I've been watching Errol. So I'm kind of, plus he's from Omaha and I'm from Wisconsin, so he's kind of Midwestern, down home. I mean, I have nothing against Errol Spence. I think he's a great fighter. I've watched a lot of his fights, rooted for him plenty of times, but I just have to and that's the only reason I'm going for Bud is because I like the dude. I like the way he fights. He's tricky. He hits hard. He's strong as hell. Used to wrestle. That's what I like about him.
All right, Peter's got Bud Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Michaela's I got Bud smashing Errol. Toby Bartlett says, salute to Rapstar in the chat. Salute to my brethren, Toby. Tip Baylor says, listen, if Tank versus Ryan get made, Spence and Bud will not be the biggest fight. Huh? Yeah? Tip Bayless, you think so? You really think so, yeah? You think that the undisputed fight in America is not bigger than Javante Tank Davis?
Why? I think if
it's much bigger.
If Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford happens in Fox, and let's say Ryan Garcia versus Javante Tank Davis happens in Showtime, then yeah, the two fights still could happen. You know what I'm saying? Two different type of networks, two different type of budgets. So I think that will happen. It will be surprising if it's two Showtime big fights like that.
Yeah. Well, I think
Fuck that, but man, how many times anybody gonna break down that fight? Break that fight for a year, man. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah.
So many fights there. So many good fights that we could break down. You know what I'm saying? So many good fights. I think everybody and their mama broke that fight down. My unborn child already broke that fight down.
Yeah. at least 100 times. You know?
All my children and my balls, the sperms and shit, they broke it down already. Fuck that shit.
Yo. Big shout out to the almighty D Calico. Peace to the mighty. What's happening, brother?
Yo, peace to the whole chat, man. You know, salute the rap star. What's going on with y'all?
What's good?
Yeah, man. Hey. We're just chopping it up, man.
And what do you think about D? What you think about Andy Ruiz? Is he ready for Deontay Wilder?
Man, guaranteed, man. I can't believe he just beat my boy up, man. I can't believe. God damn it. I was going for Ortiz, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I really was. I feel like, I feel like I don't know shit. But you know, next fight, I'll be feeling like I know it all. You know what I mean?
So you think that Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz ready for Deontay Wilder, yeah?
Guaranteed, man. Like we all, man, like anybody who knows like people in real life, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't really know these boxers. But if you know real life, man, Mexicans is the toughest, you know, SOBs in America, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So this is like the toughest of Mexicans. You feel me? So hell yeah, Andy Ruiz ready for whatever, man. You know, he can weather any storm is what I'm saying. So Deontay might have hell on his hands.
That's how I feel. This will be a great fight because both of these guys, you're gonna have to kill them. Deontay Wilder showed us that you're gonna have to kill him. Andy Ruiz you're gonna have to kill him. These guys are good fighters, got power in their hands. Andy Ruiz is probably the fastest hands in boxing. Deontay Wilder, the most powerful puncher in boxing. The two collide. It'll be a great fucking fight.
Yeah, that would be probably a big fight. But what's a bigger fight than that? Right now in
the
heavyweight division.
How old is Andy Ruiz? What, 23, 24? How old is he?
Probably 32.
Oh, he's 32?
31 or 32. When he fought AJ, when he was 29? I think he fought AJ at 29. I don't know. Maybe 31, 32. Maybe.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
All right, let me match up Andy Ruiz and you tell me who you think wins. And I'm going to ask the chat. Andy Ruiz versus Dillian White.
Andy Ruiz.
Or you think Andy Ruiz beats the body snatcher, Dillian White?
Yeah, Andy Ruiz will body snatch Dillian White.
You think so?
He got too much skills for him.
I don't know, you know, Dillian White showed that he can hang with a lot of fighters, bro. Just because he got beat up by Tyson Fury, Dillian White still showed me that he can deal with a lot of fighters. Like he beat Joseph Parker. Dillian White beat Joseph Parker, the man who beat Andy Ruiz. Dillian White beat that man. Dillian White also beat Povetkin, even though he got knocked out in the first fight. His second fight, he showed that he can improve and beat that guy.
People feel like Andy
Ruiz. I think
Ruiz,
Dillian White can give Andy Ruiz everything he asked for. I think White can win.
Yo, I think any of these guys could win in a if any given Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't think that nobody really went to another level or stuff like that. Because we all got to see them fight each other. If we see them all fight each other, then we really know what's what. You know what I'm saying? AJ and Wilder, still a good fight. Who's gonna win that fight? We don't know.
I like to match up your guy over there, Jarrett Anderson. They're making a lot of noise about Jarrett Anderson versus Frank Sanchez. What do you think about that?
That'll be a tough fight for him.
For Jarrett Anderson?
For Jarrett Anderson, yeah, because he's tricky.
But that's a big fight right now. Jarrett Anderson and Frank Sanchez.
That's a great fight.
That's the
Can you imagine Frank Sanchez versus Alexander Usyk?
That's another good fight.
Hey, that'd be great to see people at that age fight each other, because people like that seem like they want to wait for damn ever to clash. You know what I mean?
Frank Sanchez don't lose no rounds, bro.
Hey, but that heavyweight division, man, you already know one punch. And Jared Anderson, that might have to be his nickname. You know, he might have to be Jared One Punch Anderson or something, man. He might be that dude.
You think Jared Anderson's the next guy gonna run the flag for America? Yeah, like as a heavyweight.
Yeah, like Deontay, he got the best chance.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't think he got the Deontay Wilder power. I think he got power, but he don't got. I don't know, man. I don't know yet. We're gonna have to see. Because even put him in there with at least the B level fighters. You know what I'm saying? So we could see. Put him there with Parker. Put him there with Chisora. Let me see how with Chisora gonna push the envelope on that. Who else? Who he could fight? Put him with Felix Hergovich. Put him on Michael Hunter.
I put him in with a Ruiz right now.
I'll put him on Michael Hunter right now.
Good fight.
Yeah, Anderson's pretty good.
That was a good fight.
Anderson can box, and he hits hard.
I'll put him with the Big Bang.
Hey, yo, give me 2 minutes. I'll be back on another device.
But yeah, it's a lot of good fights in the heavy. Yo, there's a lot of good untitled, like non-title fights in the lightweight division and the heavyweight division. It's a lot of great non-title fights. In the welterweight division, boxing, man, boxing is stacked up. Boxing is stacked up.
Yeah.
Boxing is stacked up. It's unfortunate, but I can understand why there's some people that says that they don't give a damn about the belts. Look at Shakur Stevenson at 130. Ain't nobody calling for Shakur Stevenson to go grab the undisputed. People talking about more Shakur Stevenson versus Loma or Shakur Stevenson versus the guys in the lightweight than actually pressuring him to get undisputed. Why is that?
How do you think that fight with Shakur and Conceiego is going to go, Punch? The guy from Brazil is pretty good.
Very technical, but I think the growth for Shakur Stevenson, you could see that his power is growing substantially. I think he's still one of the smartest, not even young fighters, but one of the smartest fighters in the sport of boxing. He got every tool in the box. He got defense, he got movement, he got reflexes, he got could switch, he could do a lot of shit in that ring. So I think it'll be a good fight. If he pushes the envelope, I think he could actually hurt. What's his name? Conceiego.
Conceiego, something like that, from Brazil.
Yeah, you can't be fighting guys like that talking shit to Gervonta Tank Davis, man. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's no comparison. And my only knock on Shakur Stevenson, because he's awesome. Everybody know he's awesome, but I do question his footwork. People think he's so damn perfect. He ain't doing no footwork now. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing a lot of head movement, but he is quick as hell. And somehow, he doesn't do a lot of head movement, but he does enough. He does right when it needs to be done, and then he pop your ass. So he's a bad motherfucker, but I do question his footwork, and I don't know if he could really get out of harm's way against somebody really elite. I think his footwork is not even a factor. I don't think he really has it.
You talking about Shakur? Or you talking about Tank?
Shakur Stevenson. I don't think he got no phenomenal footwork.
I think that somebody got to push him for you to see it. Maybe like you see how Isaac Cruz pushed Tank Davis, and then that's when finally people see that Tank Davis can actually really, really box, even with one hand. He could use his footwork and all that stuff.
Superb, like a 10. Yeah. I didn't know he had that. Yeah.
But if you go see his amateurs, if you follow Tank in the amateurs, that's what he did. Everybody he fought was bigger than him, and he used to beat these guys from the outside. So that's why I always used to be like, yo, watch, Tank ain't even showing his repertoire. He ain't showing that shit. He's only showing 60% of what he got. You know.
Hey, you were saying fast his hands. He might be the fastest and the most powerful.
Mm-hmm. It's like even let's say like Floyd when Ricky Hatton. You see that Ricky Hatton was trying to push. He was trying to pressure him like hell, but you saw the footwork. So maybe you need somebody to pressure Shakur Stevenson to see what really type of footwork he got. I would love to see Tank versus Gary Russell Jr. years ago, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, what was going on? Like, ever since the Ugas fight, the Gary Russell fight, the Tank fight. Why did all of these guys fight with one hand? Like, is this a new script or something going on? Like in boxing? Like, what the heck? Ain't no way. I'm talking about back to back to back. Like all of them trying to show, oh, I can do it better than you did. Like everybody tried to kick somebody's tail with one hand. And I feel like Gary Russell won that fight.
I think they get bored. I think they get bored, bro. Mm-hmm. Unless they don't get hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a taxing sport. But I think they get bored with knocking everybody out. Remember when they first come out in the professional level, they got 3 to 4 years knocking everybody out, putting guys that's tailor-made for them to get knocked out and get them knockouts. Then, amongst each other, they challenge each other out boxing. That's how you hear Earl Spence after Mikey Garcia said, "Oh no, I was just trying to show the people that I could box." Keith Thurman with Leonard Bundle, "I was just trying to show the people that I could box." Deontay Wilder versus Taverne, "I was trying to show the people that I could box." They get critiqued so much that they look at Edgar Berlanga. I was just trying to see I could box. But then they don't like that shit. It's funny. Like we pressure these fighters to box, these knockout artists, and when they boxing, we shit on them because we got so used to them knocking everybody out.
Well, I think Gary Russell actually got hurt because Mag Sale went and hit him in the shoulder, and after the third round, I think it was the third or the fourth round, he cracked him right in the shoulder. And after that, he never used, he was boxing with one hand after that. But yeah, he won the fight, but he didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not by the cards. But he outclassed that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he showed that he's tougher than we thought he was, or either that or that other guy was all hype. Because, he was knocking out everybody like Punch was just explaining. Like people normally get like the 15-0 with 15 knockouts. It's the norm. But after that, like you said, it's tailor-made to do that. But after that, it started getting thick. And you start seeing the Devin Haney's not knocking nobody out.
I think where we're missing the point, though, D. Calico, is that no fighter really wants to go 12 rounds if they don't need to. You don't get paid for fucking overtime in fucking boxing. So if all of a sudden you have a good body punch, you see the man struggling, right? You can get him out of there. Then you're going to get him out of there. But if you're fighting to the point where you're composing yourself, you don't want to take chances, you think you're winning, then you can also fight in a certain way, which could be boring. It could be like, where a fighter doesn't have to be put into a situation where he needs to get into this, he could be just winning off his A game. He don't need to get in his B game, like a Devin Haney. It all depends how the fighter, takes the fight. Because look, some fighters, when they're better than other fighters, they don't even do more than they have to.
Sometimes, because I remember I used to hear Roy Jones was one of my favorite fighters, and he used to be like, I could take these guys out fast, but I want to give the people a show. I think when you give people a show, I think that it hypes you up. You want to perform. It's like you performing. It's like you're an artist. You're performing. You want to show all the repertoire. It's like Prince Nassim. Prince Nassim ain't just ain't gonna go out there and knock him out. He wants to showcase he want to dance, he want to do all of that. So I think there's fighters out there that wants to go the extra mile, but it's depending on the opponent. You could tell when they playing around, depending on the opponent. You could tell that Roy Jones Jr. really wasn't trying to play too much around with James Toney like he did with other opponents. Yeah, he did that little flare that got him knocked down, but that's it. He wasn't trying to play around with James Toney. So it depends on who you fighting.
Yeah.
But I do think that some of these guys want to go the extra round if they can to showcase their skills and talent.
Yeah, but nobody wants to go extra rounds. If you think about it, yeah, at the end of the day in boxing, yeah, if you got a game plan that can strategically break your opponent down, you're gonna go for that game plan. If you think that you're gonna overexert yourself and you're gonna get tagged, or there's certain things going in that fight that you got to take it to the 12th round, then you got no option. Because guess what? You don't want to push it because you know you're gonna put yourself in harm's way. You've already been in the fight where you've been hurt. Only you know you've been hurt. Now, I want to ask you this. Devin Haney always outpointing his fighters lately, right? With the George Camboses and these guys. But he don't want to ever take a chance. He's never out there trying to see if he can, win by a stoppage and that, because he always is going for a 12-round win. Because in Devin Haney's case, is because he doesn't want to go for the stoppage. Don't you think if Devin Haney can get rid of his opponents in 6 rounds, he will do it?
At this point, yeah, because that's his critique. But I don't think that he could do it.
Exactly. Devin Haney has to train for 12 rounds. He has to be. Everyone trains for 12 rounds.
Watch this. Like, he's not daring enough.
Let's say the difference is, though, D. Calico. Most fighters, like Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, when they're sitting in their brain, in their mind, yeah, they're saying to themselves, if the opportunity comes, I'm stopping this motherfucker. Trust me, there's a lot of fighters out there, they're thinking to themselves, if my opportunity comes, I'm taking this guy out. Now, with Devin Haney, he don't think like them guys. I think Devin Haney thinks to himself in his mind is that I'm going to go for a 12-round strategic win. And in his mind, he's not really even thinking that if I see this man hurt, I'm going for the stoppage. Because I just don't think his fight plays out like that. So he goes, his technical breakdown of a fight is different to the fighters like Ryan, Tank, and Teo in the mindset. What do you think about that, D. Calico?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. Your initial statement about Devin. Like, I think he's scared to like take those risks. You feel me? Because if you go back to his last knockout, like, he wasn't scared of that guy at all. So he literally put his chin all the way out there, which he's scared to do against certain fighters. And he threw like a baseball punch. You know, it takes all he's got to probably knock a guy, but he can do it. He's not gonna put himself in a position to get hurt. So that's a problem to me, because I do want to see him be at least more, more showboat, more cocky or something. Put your chin out there with your hands down. You know, you Devin Haney, you should be able to weave something without even, without your hands up. Show us something real quick. You feel
me? You're talking.
Counter this, counter that. Like, showcase. You are Devin Haney, nigga.
Thank you. That's all I want. That's all I want. And especially he got an opponent in front of him that I feel he could actually do it. He got an opponent in front of him October 15th that he could do it. Because I don't go fuck. People could disagree all they want. These motherfuckers, these guys, these lightweight young fighters, or top fighters like Isaac Cruz doing what he did today, Ryan Garcia doing what he did to Javier Fortuna, Javon Davis what he did to Rody, Lomachenko what he doing to Richard Comey. These guys are looking, they showcasing their skills and talent. They looking exciting, bro. And little by little, man, people ain't trying to mention Devin Haney. They only he undisputed, but come on, man, you undisputed, but they question if you the top dog. Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that has to do with performance. He's just not. Yeah, I respect him, but
Yeah.
I remember I spoke to fucking Sugar Hill after the Amanda Serrano fight, the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, and he was in the lobby of a hotel. And he's like, man, what you think about what you think about Devin Haney, man? I don't like them boring ass fighters, man. I don't watch that shit. I'm all about knockout. I'm a fan too. I don't like that shit. I ain't gonna watch it. I say, yeah, I wish I had that shit on camera. A lot of people think the same way.
All right, well, let's go to this question, Punch. Somebody in the chat, Michaela says, if Haney keeps fighting this fight, like his last fight, he's just not gonna sell.
He won't. You know why I say he won't?
Why?
Not because necessarily it's Devin Haney, is what the other guys are doing. That's why. It's what they doing. And what they're doing, they're catching the eyes of even casuals, yo. So it's like fans is like, who Haney? Man, I want to watch Devonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I want to watch Lomachenko come back. And now Isaac Cruz is his fan base. Even I think after this fight, if how much you want to bet he's going to gain like 100,000 subscribers or followers in his social media, because he's doing what people really want. These styles, these entertain is bringing people to boxing. It's sustaining the eyes. Devin Haney's style is for me. It just gives a black eye. People be like, "This is boxing. I don't want to watch this boring shit." This shit don't keep it doesn't sustain the eyes in boxing. I'm that serious. That's why I'm desperate for him to entertain. I want him to make a statement. I'm rooting for him to make a statement.
A punch. If Devin Haney, like I recommended the last time I was on up here with Rap, if Devin Haney was more of a volume puncher, do you agree that he would get some of these guys out of there?
I think so. But it's like what you were saying. It's like he got the skills to do so. He got the reflexes. He got the footwork to do it. But it's something that keeps him from doing it. He don't want to do it. He don't trust himself to have his neck to have his neck out there. He don't trust that if him and his opponent throws those punches at the same time, that his is gonna get there and he's gonna move out the way and he could counter whatever. I don't think that he has that trust in himself yet. And maybe he's still finding himself. He's only 24 years old, so maybe he's still finding himself.
Yeah.
Let's ask Peter what he thinks. Peter, do you think if Devin Haney fights to carry on fighting the way he does, he's going to lose a lot of like he won't sell like a pay-per-view fighter?
Well, Haney's had a lot of amateur experience. And then he did a lot of fighting down in Mexico. Haney's been in the ring many, many, many times. Haney knows how to win. I can't blame the guy. I can't, I watch him fight. No, I'm not jumping out of my seat. No, it's not like, I'm waiting to, get a beer so I can watch the end of the round. But the guy is good. He's a good fighter. That's why he wins. And and another thing about Haney, he happens to be in the right place at the right time. So, he's had a lot of stuff fall in his lap. If he gets in there with somebody that makes him, the only time you're ever going to see Devin Haney really fight is when he gets in there with somebody that makes him fight. JoJo didn't make him fight. What's his name? That other fella, I can't remember his name, but he didn't make him fight. Yeah, Kambosos didn't make him fight. The guy before that, who just got clobbered over in Russia, what's his name? He's a good fighter. Loma knocked him out. Yeah. None of these guys made Haney fight. Haney's a big guy. He's bigger. He's a big guy for his weight class. And in order to make Haney fight, you're going to have to push him in the corner and make him start swinging. And nobody's done that. He's been able to work his way around these guys. So until they put somebody in there that's the same size, or if he gets up into 140, then you're going to see, then he's going to have to fight. Because Gary Antoine sitting up there.
Gary Antoine Russell. Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's a bunch.
I see it right now. Devin Haney. I think how he's going to lose is going to be unfortunate. He's going to be winning the fight, and the scorecards comes out, and they'll rob him.
Why?
Because it's boring. He's saying that's what he's saying. The other guy was the aggressor. Like you got to give the aggressor some credit. One of the judges have to. You respect the aggressor, man. They have to.
Yep.
If that was look right now, if he fights Isaac Cruz, right? Let's just say he fights Isaac Cruz. and it's just as close as was with the Gervonta Tandig's. But now everybody knows Isaac Cruz. Now you know who Isaac Cruz is. He fights Devin Haney the same way. And let's say Devin Haney was working on the outside, outboxing him with the Isaac Cruz pressure. They'll give the fight to Isaac Cruz. Even if you feel like that he beat him 115, 113, maybe 116, 112, they will give it to Isaac Cruz.
Cruz probably beat him.
Really?
Yeah.
Because but the thing is, now he's a name. Now he's a mark. Now he's gonna be a marquee name, Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but Haney isn't going to be able to run around Cruz like he ran around JoJo. He ain't going to be able to run around Cruz like he ran around. No, Cruz going to hunt him down. Cruz is going after him. He's going straight after him, just like he did Tank. And he's going to get him on the ropes and he's going to unload on him. That's what's going to happen.
Might not be able to catch him like he wants to.
Oh, he'll catch him. He'll catch him. That's what he does.
Haney might make him frustrating for him. Haney might be able to jab and grab him. You know, Haney can probably make it where, you know, Haney can also times people really well. And one thing about Devin Haney might be boring, but he's a very good chess player.
Yeah, he is. He is, but he won't be able to get away from Cruz. Cruz will hunt him down. He'll put him in a corner because if Tank couldn't get away from him, Haney sure as hell ain't going to get away from him.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he'll get Haney. He'll have Haney. Haney, after a while, he's going to get to the point to where he's only going to be able to pot shot for a certain amount of time, and then because Cruz is relentless.
You would expect Haney to be able to deal with an aggressor like Cruz, because one thing with Devin Haney, he knows how to, you know, keep that distance. He knows how to analyze the fighter. He knows when to punch, when not to punch. He's still got enough ability. Devin Haney got good skills to get away from punches. Now, he's a bit boring, maybe, but he can make that fight boring with Cruz. He can make it ugly. He's much bigger than Cruz, you know?
Cruz will make it ugly for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I got faith in Pitbull. Pitbull
Really?
is, I ain't saying he could beat Devin, because Devin might just be too big, but it'd be beautiful to see such a little guy being a bully. He would literally be the bully.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Guaranteed. In that fight, he would be the bully.
That little guy hits hard.
Yeah, he do.
He hits real hard.
Just body punches alone, I think that'll change Devin world. He'd be like, "Why is this guy is really attacking my body? He's not punching me in the body. He is attacking my body." Eventually, Devin might be slow by the end of the fight. It might be, hey, boy, people think Cruz is a joke. If you don't have a hammer to hit him with, you're not gonna stop him. For real.
That's a fact.
I don't know. I got Devin Haney in that fight with Pitbull Cruz. I think Devin Haney got more skills, D. Calico, and he's not an amateur. He's been in the game for a long time. Way better fighter all round than Pitbull. Pitbull's a much come forward, aggressive fighter. Got power, relies on his power, but he doesn't have the mindset. See, he don't have the mindset like a Devin Haney. He might have the skills. Devin Haney got the skills, but Haney is a boxer, man. That's why Haney got the best jab. That's why. Listen, one thing with Haney, he can come with all that aggressive. Pitbull Cruz can come with all that, but he be getting countered. He be getting countered too. And don't forget, Haney be making a man like that miss a lot.
Yeah, he gonna make him miss a lot. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was just gonna say that Haney would have to become a matador. You feel me? He would have to be a matador when fighting Pitbull Cruz. Cause that's all he gonna be doing, jumping out the way and like putting his hand upside his head and guiding him.
Yep.
Like, he gonna be dancing with him. But as far as punching goes, I don't know, man. Pitbull Cruz is like relentless, and he in 12 rounds, I think the man gonna get him in that corner, and he goes crazy.
Oh, he's gonna get.
Yeah. One dirty blow could change the fight.
Oh yeah.
One good low blow might change Devin Haney's life, man. I'm just saying. Pitbull wanted that bad. And you know what I'm saying? It could get like that.
Yeah, you know, Pitbull has that defense, and like a lot of people think, well, you know, he doesn't have any deep, but Pitbull has a better defense than Cambosis, a better defense than JoJo. He's a hard guy to hit. He's hard to connect on. You know, I mean, you have to keep him in the middle of the ring and open him up in order to hit him, and that ain't an easy task. That is not an easy task.
Hey, and I wish Gamboa was here to tell us all, but I don't think nobody's never hit Gamboa that damn hard. Like, he was literally a punching bag. I'm talking about Crawford hit him good, Gervonta hit him good. You know, Devin Haney could have got him out of there, but he couldn't stop the man from grabbing him. You know, but man, Pitbull wasn't having it. That was the worst Gamboa fight in history.
Well, Pitbull Cruz wants a rematch versus Gervonta Tank Davis.
That was the worst Tank fight in history.
Because you got to remember,
Tank
Davis hurt his hand in the first fight, and Tank Davis had to fight a different way. And D Calico, you know, yeah, Pitbull Cruz wants the rematch, but if Tank Davis doesn't hurt his arm or doesn't hurt his hand, and he's fully fit in the fight, fully healthy, don't you expect it to be a different fight? D Calico.
Yeah, I say you got to have a hammer. So to me, the two hardest punches at that weight is Tank and Ryan. You know, people say what they want about Ryan. Ryan, he might can't take the punishment, like he can dish it out, but he is good at dishing it out, man. I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? He can dish it out with the best of them. I don't think nobody would, you know, appreciate Ryan Garcia, you know, laying hands on him, for real.
Did y'all see the fight tonight? Did y'all see the Pitbull fight tonight?
Oh man, he fought tonight?
Yeah.
I know it was a knockout. Tell me it was a knockout.
He knocked him cold in the
match. The undercard, D Calico. You gotta go watch all the card after.
Man, I'm gonna cry, man. I'm gonna go watch that, man. For real.
But hey, check it out. At the end of the fight, they were asking Pitbull. And Tank Davis is in the audience, right?
All right, so Anthony Monzone's in the building. Anthony Monzone says Pitbull Cruz versus Mario Barrios. That's the fight.
God.
What do you think about that fight? Mario Barrios versus little Pitbull Cruz. Let's get it.
Listen, check it out. Pitbull was in the ring, and they asked him, who do you want? Tank Davis is in the audience now, okay? Tank Davis is watching the fight. And they said, who do you want to fight next? And Pitbull goes, I want to fight Tank Davis next. And they put the camera on Tank Davis, and he's down there shaking his head going, no, no, no. See, Tank don't want none of that again either. Because Pitbull put a world of hurt on his ass. And if they fight again, he'll beat him. I thought he beat him the first time, but he'll beat him the second time. Guarantee you.
Hey, Pitbull versus Mario Barrios. Put it like this.
Mario Barrios.
Hey, Keith Thurman. Man, Keith Thurman was man, he could have killed him. And I think Keith Thurman had, you know, he had a conscience in the middle of the fight, and he didn't want to like put blood everywhere. So he started laying off like the last 3 rounds. You know, got on his bicycle, even though he's the killer. You know what I'm saying? Like Debo. You feel me? So what I'm saying is Pitbull don't have that in him. Conscience. No. You know, like Curtis. No. Pitbull will kill Mario Barrios in no less than in no more than 6 rounds.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing.
Hey, you know, Mario Barrios hurt Keith Thurman in one of those rounds.
Yeah, when he laid out like the 10th round, he caught him in the body. In the body shot. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but boxing's getting really good because there's some young guys that are coming up that are really good, like Gary Antoine, and there's another one, and there's some other guys from the Eastern Bloc that are really wicked.
Well, let's talk about some of the guys. Yeah, you know what we're looking at, the young guys now, the new era. what kind of names are we talking about if we're going to be talking about fighters that we're expecting to be leading the way in the future? So let's start with a couple of names, D Calico. The young guys that are getting your attention.
I ain't gonna lie. He naming my favorite at 140, which is Gary Antoine Russell. Like that guy, he's just seek and destroy.
Is he the same Gary Antoine Russell that beat Jarrett Boot Ennis in the amateur?
Yes, in amateur. Yep. Like 3 times.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like they fought 4 times. The first time he lost, so it was like a double elimination. He couldn't lose one more. He couldn't lose any more fights in the tournament. And 3 and 4 of those, the next 3 were all against Boots Ennis, and he beat him. But you could tell they were kids.
Yeah.
Boots looks a lot better as a fighter, and Russell looks a lot stronger. So, that's the future mega fight. Gary Antoine Russell and Boots Ennis. That's pretty much why they're in different weight divisions. I don't know if they want to fight each other ever again. You know what I mean? Because it's not lined up to happen. But I think Boots will leave. 147 before that happens. Before Gary Antoine Russell comes, he'll leave. And then he'll do the same thing in the next weight division.
I heard some people talking, and they said that Boots is really a big fella. He's not a small guy. He's a big guy. He could probably go up to 154 or 160 real easy.
Yeah, he's a weight bully. You know what I mean?
Big fella.
Yep, really big. It's pretty much the same thing Haney's doing, but Haney hasn't put on a show like Ennis. Ennis don't care if you put he don't care about how sorry a guy is.
No,
he's gonna showboat. That's the reason he showboats. He's like, man, you ain't on my level, man. I'm a god, you're a peasant.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of fighters to talk about. Even this guy. What about this guy, Bam Bam Rodriguez, the man who beat Rangvasai, came up in weight and he stopped him. A fighter that's a proven fighter. What do you think of Bam Bam Rodriguez, Peter?
Oh yeah, talented fella, great fighter. I like him. Hard hitter, moves sort of like Lomachenko. He'll move side to side really well. Kind of dances around the dude and unloads on him. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of good names to look out for.
Hey, matter of fact, what's that fighter we was speaking about? Errol Spence's fighter.
Yeah, what about Errol Spence's fighter? What's his name again?
Damn.
Anybody in the chat know Errol Spence's fighter who fought recently?
Just recently.
He beat that guy. What's his name? The guy that gave Rowley a tough fight, right?
Yep. Marinez, Jackson Marinez.
Yeah, he's good.
Frank Martin.
Oh my gosh, that's the next great boxer. I'm not lying to you, and I'm saying that early. Like people say that about Boots Ennis. Yeah, they can say that if they want to, but man, I promise you,
hey guys, I'm back.
This guy probably never lose a fight, man. He's a bad man.
Hey, Rapstar's busy cooking. What's up? What did I miss?
Oh yeah, where you been?
Been cooking.
We've been talking about you.
Where you been cooking about 3-course meal, have you?
I was listening to you guys. I was listening up, don't worry.
Okay. So what's the best fighters or the young fighters that you're looking at, or what you're saying are exciting, or what fighters do you think are the new era of boxing?
To be honest, not many fighters excite me, to be honest. So it's not that many. Literally, Boots Ennis, he looks very impressive. Obviously Benavidez. That's about it, really. Nothing really that really catches my eye. Like there's some decent fighters, but I'm talking about wow factor. The wow factor. That's about it.
Hey, is no one high on that fighter which was doing really well, knocking everyone out before? but then he had a couple of tough fights. The guy from New York, Edgar Berlanga.
Berlanga.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing well before, though, wasn't he? Yeah, but come on, he was doing really well before, wasn't he, Edgar Berlanga?
Well, until he fought somebody like with a pulse. Sure. Yeah. He looked like absolute crap.
With the last couple of fights.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let me ask everyone else: are you not high on Edgar Berlanga anymore, D Calico?
Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, are you not high on him anymore, Edgar Berlanga?
I don't think, man. Not really, man. Not high. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was like a Benavidez, but I don't think so no more. Because Benavidez looked like a different animal. He's more than what I thought he was.
There you go. Know what I mean? He's catching on. This guy's catching on.
Yeah. Okay, Peter. You don't think Edgar Berlanga's a fighter that to be recognized with, or he's going to become something?
I think he needs some practice. He's big enough. He can probably hit pretty hard. You know, I don't know. I don't think he's done. Well, not crazy about him. I like Virgil Ortiz, though. You know, I mean, for the young fighters at 147, put him in with Ortiz. That kid can hit. I've seen him hit the bag. He hits it real hard. You know, he's persistent. But Edgar Berlanga, he's got a good following out east. That's about it.
Let's see what the people think. Anthony Monzon thinks it's too. Is it too late for Edgar Berlanga to switch trainers and improve on his technique? I don't know, man. Edgar Berlanga looked like he had a solid come forward style. That the man was punching people and knocking them out in the first round. But then when he started to face the top 20 fighters, they started to show that he can't do that anymore. So when it comes to his boxing skills, he's there to be hit. He's been hit a lot in the last 2-3 fights, more than his whole career. So, you know, he's been dropped once. He came back from that. He showed you know, he came through adversity. Has it grown him as a fighter? I don't know if it's grown him as a fighter yet, because he's still got to fight good people coming up. Now, Edgar Berlanga, who does he fight next? Who would you like to see him match up with? Anybody?
He's at 168, right?
Right. Who would you see him match up with?
Well, Pavel Silyagin from Russia is number one in WBC at 168. Let him take him on. See how he does. Silyagin can fight. He can hit. He's got footwork. He's got a jab. A lot of stamina. The dude's strong. Fight him.
Yeah. This dude Anthony asking, let me educate the casuals in the chat here. When it comes to boxing, like pretty much you either have it or you don't. All this now, I'm going to change trainer and improve my technique, and then I'm going to transform. That's all nonsense. Forget about that. The guy's got no chin. He's scared. He's already gun shy already. This stage of his career, because he got buzzed and he got almost knocked out by a journeyman like 3 fights ago.
That Argentina guy.
Yeah, his power was not even there. Like Angulo, he fought Angulo, who's literally a heavy bag. Okay, he couldn't even hurt him. He was like getting walked down by Angulo, and it went to decision. Go watch what Benavidez did to Angulo. Then you're talking about levels in the sport. He should have destroyed Angulo. Angulo wasn't even active for like 2 years. So he doesn't have the power, he doesn't even have the boxing IQ. He's literally just doesn't have the skill. It's just not there. I don't see it. So he can change 10, 20 trainers. He doesn't have it, in my opinion.
I think you're right, but he keeps him keeps him on TV as he draws a crowd out east.
Oh yeah. He can still have a career, but you got to be selective, right? Like put him up against anybody like upper tier. I reckon he loses. But this is just shows, like in boxing. This is why I don't get carried away like at all with fighters until they've actually sort of proved themselves. Everybody was going crazy. 16 first round KOs, but who did he fight? Blah blah blah. So you really have to like just step back. Even just against journeyman, a solid journeyman, how these fighters handle a journeyman, sort of a solid guy, will tell you as well. Like, is he, does he destroy him? Is it a close fight? And as soon as this guy started coming up against journeyman, he got exposed. He didn't even need to get up against A class. So people dismiss journeyman fights, and they still, they still show you something. But he was a big hype job, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was really.
It was a big hype job at one time. But so was Chris Colbert. There's another one.
Yeah, I hate that, man. That dude, they get on my nerve. Yep. Chris Colbert.
Yeah.
He's nothing. He talks too much. And that's what I was just going to say about my boy Devin Haney. What I want from Devin, like I want Devin Haney to do all his shit talking in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he be quiet as a church mouse in the ring. You know what I mean? Like take these church shoes off, put on your boots, man. Let's go. You know? Like he should lure the other fight. Like he's not even making the other guy, like it's like poke the bear, man. Or just make a mockery of this guy, man, whatever it is. But do it. Especially since you want to be Muhammad Ali. You want to be Muhammad Ali, you got to talk some smack in the ring, out the ring, and you got to make your hands also talk shit. Talk some smack in the ring, out the ring. Uh-oh. I'm echoing. Hey, I wonder what your powers that be, I wonder what they're trying to say.
Yeah. Well, I got to say good night, gentlemen. Thanks for the evening. Thanks for the conversation and enlightenment. Appreciate it.
Hey, we definitely enjoyed you.
Yeah, Peter. See you soon, mate. So my thing is this, right? Going forward, what do you think right now, D Calico? What is it that you think that King Kong Ortiz really should do? As you know, he's been knocked out and beaten up twice brutally by Deontay Wilder. And King Kong Ortiz, after his interview, said he either wants a rematch or he still wants to carry on fighting. Now, we know that King Kong Ortiz was like 45 years old, like 10 years ago. Nobody here knows the age or the real age of King Kong Ortiz. Should King Kong Ortiz carry on fighting or should the man retire? What do you think King Kong Ortiz should do now, D Calico?
I mean, I'm sure, for some reason, I'm just sure that he won't stop boxing, but I would hope that he does it no higher than an exhibition level. You know what I mean? While you're still some good. You feel me? You don't need to walk out of boxing no good. Don't give boxing all you got. You gave us all you got. You know what I mean? Like I love everything he ever brought, man. And that's why I was rooting for him to win this fight. But I think I think he knew that he was really in a tournament to fight Deontay Wilder again, and he was seeing ghosts. Like there's no way he wants to, win. That's not a win. You're winning the opportunity to possibly get knocked out again. That's not a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was worried about Deontay because the winner was gonna get Deontay, and now it's Ruiz. I think he's saying, "You go fight him. I'm not fighting him." And he needs to just If you're not chasing the title, then you need to just stick to exhibition or just stop boxing.
What do you think, Mirage? What should King Kong Ortiz, the Cuban man's been in the game for years? He's an old man now. What do you think he should do? Mirage, where the fuck you gone now? Cooking again? That guy Mirage has gone cooking again like a chef that he is. Yeah, so for me, King Kong Ortiz, now, like you said, you don't want boxing to retire you. You want to retire from the sport. Is this the right time, ladies and gentlemen, for King Kong Ortiz to retire so that the sport don't retire him? In heavyweight boxing, you take too many punches, you won't be able to speak to your children after the age of 60 properly without slurring. Is King Kong Ortiz taking too many punches now? Has he not shown you vulnerabilities that now, after the Deontay Wilder knockout, that King Kong Ortiz, you saw in the Charles Martin fight, he got dropped a couple of times. You saw with Andy Ruiz, now King Kong Ortiz is getting knocked down. He can't handle the punches anymore. Do you think this is the right time for the man to retire, or should he carry on in the sport of boxing? It's up to him anyway. Maybe, he can still give you good fights, just like Bacon and Egg said. Ortiz versus Chisora. What do you think, Mirage?
I just sat down, sorry. What was the question?
The question is, do you think King Kong Ortiz now, should he carry on boxing, giving a few fights to himself, or is this the right time for him to retire and hang up the gloves?
He should retire, but he's not going to do that. I mean, these fighters never retire when they should, so he's going to keep fighting.
Who do you want to see King Kong Ortiz fight next?
I don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Chisora is a good fight, I guess, but I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Chisora might be a good fight. What do you think, D Calico? Who would you like to see King Kong Ortiz fight next?
I think he can definitely beat Chisora. So if he's trying to could really continue and get some W's, then maybe fight Chisora. But who is that? Dang, I can't believe I don't remember his name right now. I guess because he ain't talked shit since he got knocked out. But the guy who just fought Tyson Fury,
Dillian Whyte.
Dillian Whyte, man. Like,
yeah, that'll be a fight.
That'd be a dumpster fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I still like Ortiz, and I know he got the skills. He just he's over the hill. That's just simply what it is. His leg, it's like Mike Tyson in the ring. Like Mike Tyson looks good, but he don't have no feet. It's like fighting from a wheelchair. It's not that's not how you go get people.
He has to be fighting somebody who's come off a loss. Like he can't be fighting any top guys. Doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, but that would solidify if Dillian Whyte should even be in boxing. Like if Ortiz would have beat him, maybe they both should retire. You know what I mean? Real.
See, now to fight King Kong Ortiz, is risk with not much reward. Because like T. Calico said, if you have a hard fight with Ortiz, then you might as well retire. So it's kind of like Ortiz is in a tough position. But those fights, I think, what's a big fight for him? It's only going to be the younger guys. It ain't going to be no older guys who are going to fight him. They might let Jarrett, what's his name? Jarrett Anderson.
Oh, no, don't do him like that.
Jarrett Anderson fight King Kong Ortiz.
Oh, don't do it like that. Damn.
Yeah, but that's how they might have to do it.
Yeah, that might be a...
I ain't gonna lie. He's the new gatekeeper. He's the new heavyweight gatekeeper, man. That's just it is what it is.
Or Daniel Dubois, just like Jay Santiago says, Daniel Dubois, who's coming up, they might let Daniel Dubois be the first guy to knock him out in the first few rounds or something.
Yeah, perfect fight for him.
Yeah, they're going to use They're going to use Ortiz as leverage. Now, King Kong Ortiz now is a proper official gatekeeper for a younger boxer. He's not for the fighters like the Derek Chisoras, the Dillian Whites, and all these guys. They don't gain nothing out of fighting him anymore. He lost the fight today. He's lost his fights with 2 fights with Deontay Wilder. He looked horrible. Just like Canelo Alvarez says, horrible fighter. He looked horrible against Charles Martin. This could be King Kong Ortiz will be a name for the younger generation, like the Jarrett Andersons, man, even the Joe Joyce. If Joe Joyce beats Joseph Parker, they'll let King Kong Ortiz just be a name on his resume, man. So now King Kong Ortiz probably got 1-2 fights left. Maybe the loser of today, the Cuban King Kong Ortiz, has got about a couple of fights left. And those couple of fights will be like the Jarrett Andersons and those guys. They will use King Kong Ortiz at the right time to get that
stepping stone.
And that's it, as a stepping stone.
Yep. See, and because Ortiz was the first guy to beat Deontay for 11 rounds. 11 and a half rounds.
Right.
But once he got knocked out, everything changed. It was like, he exposed Deontay, so he tried it again. But all of that took years off his career. So that's why we at this point now where his legs is not there. Nobody hits as hard as Deontay, so they're not knocking him out, but they're putting him on the verge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's too much for him. His legs he don't have it. He's an old man. He just got he need to leave with his faculties. He has the faculties to probably go find the next great Cuban boxer and truly coach him and put him in a position that he was. You know what I mean? He need to do these things while he has his mental ability. Because boxing is brutal, man. Like you say, one fight, this next fight could take it all away from you. Early, not late. Because, the damage is done. It might happen late anyways. But it might happen early if you keep fighting.
Yeah. I like what this guy's saying. Good matchup for the future. The Midnight Rider says Daniel Dubois he's saying hasn't been paid yet from the fight from Don King. That's another subject altogether. Dubois versus Jarrett Anderson could be the future. Big fight for the future. Jarrett Anderson versus Daniel Dubois. You know what I mean? That's a big fight.
Yeah.
I think Ortiz want to give, Spanish boxers a chance. So you have to think of a Spanish heavyweight. That's why I feel like he gave Ruiz, like if he was going to lose to anybody and help propel their career, he was like, I'd rather do it for, Ruiz. The same way as Ruiz's last fight. Like all of those guys, they kind of honored losing to him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like they almost like anointed him. Like, you're gonna have to be our hope for the Spanish coaching, so to speak.
Hey, I wanted to ask you this question. So earlier on, there was a debate going back and forth that Andy Ruiz says that he played the Mexican anthem, and some people came here like Peter and some people in the chat. I want to ask your opinion on this, D. Calico. Andy Ruiz being born in America, but he represented the Mexican anthem. Some American people said that he's wrong. He should be representing the American anthem. What do you think about that?
Man, that's prejudice of them. You know what I mean? Like that don't make no sense to me. Like he should be true to himself. You feel me? First, not to say he couldn't do both. Maybe they're gonna do the American anyway. Why did he have to do that? You know what I mean? He did the right thing. If I know y'all gonna do the American, if I know y'all gonna do the national anthem for America automatically, then hey, you might as well do my country also. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. Like they wouldn't even say that depending on what country, but I guess they had a problem because it was Mexico.
Yeah, maybe, huh? But if you're born in America, they say you should represent America first. You know what I mean?
I mean, Mexico is in America. You feel me? The United States is not America. You feel me? America is literally the whole continent, whole North American, Central America, South America. Puerto Rico, all those places are America. You know what I'm saying? Like, we treat them like foreigners, but they're literally American. They're just not U.S. citizens, because the U.S. is not America. U.S. is a corporation, but that's a different story.
Yeah, they played both, but I think the guy was trying to say that that he should have played American first or something like that. You know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's bigotry, man. It's bigotry, man. That's all it is. You know, that's really what it is.
No, for real, man. But look, man, Andy Ruiz won. He's mixed now. Andy Ruiz can make big mega fight. If Deontay Wilder comes through his sparring partner versus Robert Helenius, Deontay Wilder has come out already. Deontay Wilder himself has just come out on an interview, and he said he wants to fight Andy Ruiz, and he will give Andy Ruiz all the smoke once he gets past Robert Helenius. So that's where it's heading, D Calico. That's where they're going with this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a big fight for you guys across the pond. If you know Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, hey,
That's a mega fight. That's a mega fight in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big fight for you guys over there, man. Mexican crowd, bro. First, rule of business, please. What's he saying? Please the paying fans. So,
Well, hey, I just thought about it's the battle for America if they fight. You know what I mean? For real. Like, whoever wins that is the heavyweight champion of America. No questions, no doubts. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we know it's still Deontay, but he can lose that title if he loses that fight.
What do you mean?
Like, he is the baddest heavyweight in America, Deontay Wilder. But he can lose that title, you know, to Andy Ruiz.
Still, Deontay Wilder is the baddest man in America. Even though he's lost to Tyson Fury, he's still the baddest heavyweight in America right now.
But if he loses to Ruiz, that would be the battle for America, and he would lose that title. You know what I mean?
I mean, what you're saying is Deontay Wilder still the best heavyweight in America now.
As of right now, yeah, most definitely. You know, that's like saying the best welterweight. You feel me? Like, we can say whoever. Like, right now, I'm definitely gonna say Errol Spence. He got the most belts. You feel me? But if he loses to Terrence Crawford, then all of that changes immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, you guys need to smash this like button, man. We're still out here talking this boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? How many likes have we got out here? Hey, bacon and eggs, how many likes we still got out here, bro? How many likes we still got out here? No, but D Calico, you need to go watch all the fucking fights, man. And also, I want to say there was another fighter, yeah? Ryu. Ryu was David Benavidez' in his camp. Ryu lost his fight today against another fighter. What was his name? Mirage? Santos.
Santos.
Yeah, Santos, mate. And this Ryu was the favorite, bro. There's been a big upset. He was the guy. I think everybody was high on him. He was the one in sparring who apparently dropped Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What? Oh, I remember him. So you saying he lost or won?
Lost today.
All of that. Oh man.
He didn't show no.
He didn't just lose; he got his ass beat badly.
Yeah,
badly.
and it was a big upset, man. So David Benavidez' camp, one of their big fighters, he lost like one of their good fighters. and he's been winning. Yeah. He's 12-0. He's been beating some people 23-2, 23-4. He's knocked those guys out.
Yep. See, that's the problem. These guys are not going through real matches. Like a guy like him, he was beating them guys up so quick, so fast, just like Mike Tyson. Then when you get in a real fight where you got to go the whole 10 rounds, 12 rounds, you weren't ready for that.
See, well, he got TKO'd, bro, like round 4. TKO'd round 4.
It was that ugly?
He got dropped, hurt. He was eating he looked lost.
He dropped the guy as well. He dropped the guy as well.
Okay, it was a war.
It was a shootout. Yeah, he got him with a temple shot. Like he dropped Santos with a temple shot. But he was the one getting rocked with like every fucking punch almost. To me, this is the first time I've really seen him fight. He doesn't look like he's got it either. Just look lost. Didn't look good at all.
And normally he looks good.
Man, I don't know who the fuck he's been fighting. Maybe those guys don't punch back or something. I don't know. But this guy, you got to, defense is just so important. Obviously, like you're not going to get anywhere unless you got a monster chin. But he was getting hurt with the shots as well, so you can't go like that.
I gotta say this though, that El Rayo, they were high on him.
Yeah, I've seen him around always. I've always seen him around, like in the interviews and all that. I seem pretty. They were pushing him, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, that's what happens in boxing when you don't fight good fighters. Sometimes you don't fight, the top guys before you go into a fight who's mature.
But that opponent, that opponent looked really good. Why the fuck were they matching him up with that guy? That guy had like hand speed, combinations. He looked really tough. He only had like 14 fights, but they shouldn't have matched him. That guy looked really good.
Yeah, maybe bad
Santos looked good, man.
Yeah, bad matchmaking maybe on their behalf, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen that guy fight before, how he looked before, but he looked like a killer to me.
Well, he definitely fucking surprised some of us. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He did good. I've got to give it to him. That Santos is the man that people are going to look out for now. They're going to see who he's going to be fighting next. El Rayo's got to come back. He's on the comeback trail now.
Go back to fighting bums.
Come on, man. We don't use that bums on this channel,
What do we use? You want to? Is this the politically? Hey, Rapsa, is this the politically correct channel? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I'm just saying we don't use that, lingo on the boxers. You know what I'm saying, bruv? We don't just use those kind of words on boxers, man.
Okay, he's a can. How about
that? If that makes you feel good, you know what I'm saying? That makes you feel good. But yo, D Calico, I want you to tell the people, man, what you're looking forward to in boxing right now, and what is it that is exciting you? Is it Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez? The trilogy's coming now. It's the trilogy. It's Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. And we all know in the first fight, let's have a quick vote. Who won the first fight? D Calico? I got Golovkin.
I say we're gonna all say Triple G because we never seen Canelo have that much difficulty into that fight. Yeah. Or that much competition. Because Floyd Mayweather was too slick for him. But somebody that was actually fighting back and able to like beat him up a little bit. You feel me? Because it really was a tie. But it was the first time we ever saw that kind of a competition for Canelo. And you see what happened the next time. You feel me? The second fight. He watched him out.
I watched the fight the other day, man. Gennady Golovkin won that first fight. It's simple. For me, Gennady Golovkin was the aggressor. He gave the harder punches. Canelo Alvarez was doing some fighting on the back foot, moving around, making Gennady Golovkin miss a lot. But Canelo never really done much himself. He did a bit of showboating. He landed a few punches, but nothing too much. Canelo did a lot of good footwork. He landed some punches here and there, but Golovkin was more of an aggressor. Golovkin was landing more of the harder punches. And it was a lot of respect in the fight between both of them. So yeah, Golovkin won that fight. The second fight, I had to give it to Canelo Alvarez. For me, I edged it to Canelo. What about you, Mirage?
I had a 7-5 first fight, Triple G.
Yeah.
7-5 Triple G second fight.
Okay, so both fights for you, Triple G won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second fight was more competitive. Actually, I might have had the first fight 8-4 or something, but something like that. Yeah. I think Canelo struggled in the championship rounds. Triple G swept, I think, the last 3 rounds in the second fight, or maybe 3-4 rounds, something like that.
Well, we got the trilogy coming up, though.
That's a big fight. I mean, yeah.
The big fight. And everybody's got Canelo Alvarez as the favorite. Canelo Alvarez is the top dog in the fight. Years later, everybody's got Canelo. Now they're saying Canelo's going to stop Triple G. Canelo's going to be the first man to make Triple G quit or knock him down or knock him out. We're hearing a lot of these things. What do you think, D Calico? Is Canelo Alvarez going to stop Triple G?
I mean, it's nearly impossible, but I do feel like he finally got a chip back on his shoulder, and I think he want to try to prove everything in the world just by on Triple G alone. So he don't want to rematch Bivol, all kind of stuff like that. So I think he's gonna try to take it all out on Bivol. On old Triple G. But like I say, old Triple G. So it could get like that.
So Triple G could be old, and he can show us that in this fight, Triple G has been looking a little bit not himself. Even in the Murata fight, Triple G was getting outboxed. Could this be the first time ever that we see Triple G either get knocked down, knocked out, or stopped? Which has never happened in the history of Triple G's boxing. What do you think, Mirage? Triple G going to get stopped?
I think it's possible. Definitely possible. He did look vulnerable early on against Murata. Yeah, Canelo has to make a statement, right? Like, what do you think if Canelo has a close fight again with this version of Triple G? What does this do for Canelo's standing in boxing? Like, it's going to hurt his reputation, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got to put him away. If you're going to fight him at this age, you better, do a serious job. Can't be no close fucking fight.
Could be something we witness, could be different. Hey, listen, we might get shocked. Maybe Canelo Alvarez might get stopped. It can happen.
That's possible. I'm putting
because Canelo might put so much pressure. Triple G is very good at countering people, and Triple G might end up hurting Canelo. It can happen.
Yep, I'm definitely not going to be shocked if that happened either. That's a possibility.
Yeah, but at this point, we're going to have to favor. I'm going to have to favor Canelo Alvarez at this point in their careers. Triple G's coming at 40 years old. It's going to be a great matchup. Still, I'm still excited. We got Triple G. Let's see what the people are saying. $1 Trillion Dream says GGG is getting stopped. Okay. He's never been stopped before, $1 Trillion Dreams. Ever. Never. Nobody's even made him even get knocked down. So, I don't know, man. Does Triple G still have the one-punch knockout power that he had in his younger days? Or has it started to diminish?
He wasn't even a one-punch knockout artist in his prime, was he? More of a break people down.
Yeah, breaking them
he
down.
Was a sort of volume puncher who breaks down opponents. Not really one punch. I can't think of many one-punch KOs. I mean,
nah, he was a fighter that hurt you, then eventually stop you. He wasn't knocking people out with one punch. No, that wasn't happening. But man, I just want to say this, man. Thanks for joining Rapstar. It was a good night of boxing. Andy Ruiz did what Andy Ruiz had to do. It was up and down in the fight. King Kong Ortiz was still winning some rounds. It was a good night of boxing. You know, I'm going to catch everybody on the next live. Thanks for everybody coming through. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. D Calico, thanks for always coming, man. Mirage, I will catch you on the next one, guys.
No worries.
Yo, y'all smash that like button.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Cheers. Peace out to everyone.